ComedySlamRadio.com. From our studios to the world, we bring you the finest in quality entertainment. So pop some popcorn, grab a smooch buddy, and settle in for another fine show from ComedySlamRadio.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Wheeler, voice of the Philadelphia Phillies baseball team, and you're listening to Double Special on ComedySlamRadio.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Double Special Show, coming to you live from beautiful Tampa Bay, Florida, featuring Christopher Gorges, Tiffany Barbee, and me, JB Lee. So sit back and enjoy the show, baby.
Vi sonsten von Gränstalavad. Double Special Show. Mr. F. und Christopher Gorges. Vostafan the Tiffany Barbee. John Merkel don't sled JB Lee. Hombest Stund Grevendat.
What? That's Swedish? Oh, that was for Roger?
That was gibberish language.
Welcome back to Double Special right here on Comedy Slam Radio. Back for another week. The night before Thanksgiving, a special show. We're all getting ready for Turkey Day. If you're listening in other countries, sorry that you don't have the Thanksgiving. We got the Thanksgiving where we gorge ourselves on meats and cheeses and pies and casseroles and
various carbohydrate-laden foodstuffs.
That's right. And then we laze around and just like turn into a semi-comatose blob on the couch.
Right. It's a pagan feast we celebrate of our
it really is
our triumph over the Aborigines.
It's really bad. We got a great show lined up for you tonight. In a little while, we're going to have a 7-year-old comedian who won the contest. We talked about this last week on the show. Tiffany was very excited for her.
Yes.
Nicole Lauren will be on the show. She won a local. It's not an open mic. It was an actual comedy contest, right?
Yes.
She won that and started a wave of controversy. And I'm not talking. We're not talking like Maury Povich controversy. It's not like nothing like that.
More of like
a little local, regional sort of whiny fest.
Right, like a Mario Lopez type.
Right, exactly right. So we're going to have her on the air and talk to her a little bit about the contest. And then we're going to talk to her parents about some of the comments that were made about them being with her and having her in the contest and being sort of parents that have their children doing performance type things. Tiffany Barbee, you have personal experience in this field because, as you told us before on the show, you are a pageant child. We're a pageant child. And not only that, we found out last week that you were in the circus, which blew me away.
My mom had me in like everything. But yeah, I was a pageant kid.
And how long was that the whole thing for you? It was like how many years?
It's probably like 4 years or so.
And how old were you when you were doing that?
Like 3, 4, 5,
so you
6.
were pre 7 years old. Nicole is 7. You were doing it. You were
right. I think when I was 7, I think I told my mom, I don't want to wear dresses anymore. And like I freaked out on her because my mom used to hot curlers in my hair and like eyeliner and mascara, and I'm like 3 and I'm like, and then it's running and she's yelling at me for crying. And
obviously
I want to be Butch.
Yeah, I know. I want to wear overall. You went through an overall phase for like 3 years. You just
I was a
tucked her
tomboy.
thumbs into the straps and wore boots. And,
just happened to coincide with the premiere of Punky Brewster.
Oh my gosh! I have to say, I loved Punky Brewster. I used to dress up like Punky Brewster. I used to wear like 2 different color Converse on purpose.
That's why we hate the 90s.
That's right. So, and in addition to that, we're gonna have Brad McLean's gonna call in, our Australian comedy correspondent. We will play one of his, not even a song. It's a bit that he recorded. Very funny. What's the name of the bit, Tiffany? It's called
The Cockeyed Kid.
The Cockeyed Kid.
It's really funny.
We listened to it. We're going to discuss what effect that had on all of us here at Double Special as we listen to it together. Very different reactions from different genders. Let me just put it that way. All right, and then we'll get into it with Brad. He's going to call. We're going to talk about a few things and also talk about Thanksgiving and find out if you want to call into the show. You can do that. The number is 727-493-2055.
But first, it's time to check in.
There it is. All right.
Can you be raped by the devil?
What?
Can you be raped by the devil? Did you know you need to fear being raped by demons? Succubus and incubus will suck your incubus, apparently.
Right. Listen, I like both those bands.
All right, well, let me start over. All right. Dr. Zoom, one of our Twitter, we follow him on Twitter. He's one of my favorite bloggers on wonket.com. He posted a story the other day, things you didn't know you needed to worry about. Being raped by demons.
Yeah, no, but I've seen movies where that's happened. Like, wasn't there a movie where there was one specific movie where the woman got raped by a demon. It was like the whole movie. She kept getting raped over and over again.
The Exorcist?
No, that wasn't.
Wasn't
that
the
was
one
Possession.
was it the one with the demon computer that raped her? No.
Oh, no, I do remember that one though.
Yeah, with Charlton Heston.
Oh my God, I forgot about that movie.
That was a weird one.
Yeah, you are weird for remember. That's the one that you remember. No, but there was
It's on cable. The lady got naked in it. You know.
All right. So anyway, this is an actual story that he tweeted.
Yeah, he tweeted about a story. Well, he blogged about it on Charisma Magazine.
Which is what type of website is that?
I have no idea.
Is it like a religious thing?
Yeah, very religious.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But apparently, as bizarre as it sounds, those who minister to people in occult bondage say it's more common than you think. Now, the story appealed to me because Tiffany Barbee, about a month ago, you told me that you had just finished your online course on demons that you're taking at Liberty University, right?
Well, yeah, it was a part of one of the classes I was taking.
And they believe that there are demons.
Oh yeah, I learned about demons in church. I remember I was so scared that night when I got home.
Yeah, that's like 10 times worse than the nursery rhymes we used to know, the Jack and Jill, and because those were kind of violent and kind of scary. That the Cradle Will Rock, that thing, But
yeah, I remember my pastor being like, "Oh, one time my wife and I woke up, and on the edge of the bed was a demon staring at us." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "For real?"
But did you ask him what it looked like? Because I would be like, "What did it look like?"
Well, I mean, this was during our sermon, and I was like, "Huh?" And then on the way home, I talked to my friend Erica, whose dad is a pastor, and I was like, "Oh," I'm like, "That guy was just joking, right?" And she goes, "No, my dad used to take us around, and we used to exorcise the demons." And I'm like, "What?"
But did you ask her if she ever saw one?
Yeah, she said that she was there, and
did you ask her what the demon looked like?
I don't know.
Well, I don't understand. If somebody said to me, the first thing I'd be like, just describe it to me. No, we could if you like.
When I hear the story about the demon just sitting on the edge of the bed, all I can picture in mind is like the little gremlin from the Bugs Bunny cartoon that takes apart the plane. Like, I'm not doing anything.
I know, right? And it gets scary for a second, then you're like, oh, he's cute.
Right, yeah.
Cute in an evil sort of way.
And then your plane crashes in the ground.
Listen, as always, I don't want you to think that we're picking on you. We're just incredulous because we don't think that way.
The demon thing's kind of freaky, but I mean, I guess if you believe
wait a second. When you
everything in the Bible, you have to believe that.
Well, when you say freaky, though, does that mean you don't believe it? Is it unbelievable? Or are you saying it's a weird thing
I've heard
to say?
so many pastors and things tell true accounts of it now. I mean, when I first heard that from my pastor, it was a long time ago. But no, I mean, I hear about it. It seems like it's true. It's in the Bible. If you believe what's in the Bible, you got to believe it.
There's no description in the Bible. Is there a description in the Bible of a demon? What it actually looks like? I want to know what it looks like.
Yeah, I know. Well, see, apparently there's two sexual demons, one a male and a female, incubus and succubus.
All right, now we're getting down to brass tacks. All right, incubus and succubus.
Yeah, and apparently they attack you by performing sexual acts in your dreams.
That doesn't sound that bad, to be honest with you.
I know.
It doesn't sound that bad.
But some people become so dependent on these demonic experiences that they actually look forward to them. But anybody that has been attacked by them will tell you they're worried that they could not find that pleasure with mortal people.
Of course. Oh my God! You need some Barry White music right now. Yeah.
It's like it's like the old line. No one can touch me like me. That's what it comes down to. I'm thinking, but
in the dream, you don't wake up with any physical trauma. I'm assuming it's a pleasurable thing, although it's mixed with the evil.
Are they really sure it's a demon and just not like people giving an excuse for having a wet dream? Like some pastors like, oh my gosh.
Eddie Smith, the president of U.S. Prayer Track, and a respected leader in a deliverance ministry, believes that experiences like this are common. He and his wife Alice have ministered to at least hundreds of people suffering from demonic sexual attacks.
At least
hundreds. Now,
interesting way to put it.
He went on to say, many people don't realize there is even historic documentation of this.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Or is it like...
It was the second page of the Magna Carta.
Are like all these accounts like teenage boys who like don't want to admit to their parents?
All right, let me stop you right there for a second. Wait
a
second. Let me stop right there and say that in this discussion right now, we're having the same discussion that we had with you the other night when we were talking about religion. When you said it's historical documents, da-da-da-da. You are questioning their historical documents.
No, I just think it's funny.
Right, but that's what I'm saying, though. But when you say stuff about we're like, we think it's funny, you're like, no. It's got documents. But now here is your beliefs taken sort of to the umpteenth level, and you're like, what do you?
Yeah.
Come on.
Do they do like sleep studies? Like they're in a bed and like they have like things attached to them.
Yeah, they're
and,
called.
Like,
It's called Paranormal 1, Paranormal Activity 1
like,
and 2.
Is Dan Aykroyd like standing over him with the ghost busting machine?
You remember the movie Paranormal Activity?
Yeah.
That's actual historical documentation. I don't know if you realize that.
No, those are not
Blair
true
Witch
stories.
Project, historical documentation.
Oh, that's not true stories. You stop. Leprechaun?
No, not Leprechaun.
It is
They're
Leprechaun.
movies, dude. Come on, it's all. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Jordan. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, apparently the most valuable tool against these sexual demons is based on Matthew chapter 12, verse 44, which speaks of when a demon is cast out and then looks to return, but finds that the house is clean.
What is that? I don't even know what that means. You lost me.
Apparently you cannot get sexually attacked by demons if you clean your house a lot.
Okay, but do they mean spiritually clean or like literally clean?
Spiritual.
The house is clean, swept, and in order.
Oh, wow. Literally clean.
I believe so.
Better get out a Swifter.
No.
You better Swift that house up and get the little Swifter going.
But on the opposite land, so like, because I am a slob and I don't get sexually attacked by hot, attractive female demons, which I would be welcome to. That'd be the most action I've gotten in quite a while. And it just doesn't happen. Like, how much filth do I have to leave around?
Yeah, your place is pretty filthy.
It is. It's terrible.
It should be like the 4th level of hell. And
I know. I should have so much demon action.
We got a caller calling in who wants to chime in. Caller, welcome to Double Special. Who are we talking with?
Well, hi, this is Dr. Zoom from Wonket.
Dr. Zoom. There we go.
Dr. Zoom. Wonket.com. I didn't even mention he's been blogging for like the last few months the Christian textbooks, which has been hilarious. But anyway, what's up, bro?
Oh well, I'm just such an egotist that I saw your tweet and thought I'd call in.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. You're on there with Jordan. Jordan, you follow him on a regular basis.
Yeah, I've followed the site Wonket.com. I've been enjoying his posts on there, and really, it's. What do you think? I mean, I know you've been following this whole issue with the culture wars. What do you think of the demons? I mean, how do you react to people when they tell you that it's an actual real thing?
Well, that was the question that I wanted to know more about from Tiffany. Is the people who talk about your demons in your demonology class? I guess that was online.
Yeah, I go to Liberty University online.
Oh, okay. So you aren't actually attending classes.
No, we get all the lectures online and we take tests and we do everything. I'm probably more paying attention with it being online than I would if it was in class.
Well, I mean,
so no classroom discussions that you can report on.
No, just, from pastors in church and just what they talked about like, on the online class, they were saying if you feel like someone shows the signs of possession, that you need to go get help, and they were kind of giving us steps on how to exorcise them and stuff, say in the name of Jesus Christ.
Let me break in. The go get help thing is the first step in CPR as well. So there's a common thread there.
This is true.
There really should be a 911 for that.
Could you imagine those phone calls? The lady's talking in the back, and you hear like, and you're like, okay.
Go find an experienced pastor right away.
Anyway, Jordan, did you want to?
Well, do we got anything else? What do you?
No, I'm fascinated by the story. I don't know that Tiffany's ever going to come to our side of the fence.
No, but I still want to understand.
The demon thing, I just try to kind of like block out that they exist, even though they do exist. I don't like to think about it. Just like I don't like to think like pedophiles and things like that exist. It's all sunshine and lollipops in my brain.
Where do you stand on this, Dr. Zoom? I mean, is there any belief there at all, or is this you're just not into that whole thing?
Well, I think if you read my post, you'd probably see. I tend to think it's kind of nice medieval mythology.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I rather doubt that we're going to be confronted by any actual demons.
What about zombies? You think you think we may actually see a zombie apocalypse?
Oh, zombies are totally real. Yeah, I'm totally worried about that.
I don't know.
It's like a CDC thing. He's like, no, Atlanta's cooking them up right now. They're going to release them into the population. Where are you calling from, Dr. Zoom?
I'm calling from Boise, Idaho.
Boise, Idaho.
Whoa.
That's proof to the pudding there that you can do the blogs and from anywhere. You can be known from anywhere at all.
I rather enjoy doing the whole Wonket thing. It's I'm as far as I know, I'm the only person who's actually graduated from regular commenter to blogger, and it's just a load of fun.
How does that happen, though? You go from commenter. You're commenting on at this website, and then they ask you to actually do a blog for them?
Well, what actually happened was on a really slow day, I think it was Memorial Day, I sent in a suggestion about a story, I don't even remember the topic, to the editor, and she sent me an email saying, oh man, I'm really slammed today. You want to write it? Maybe we'll run it, maybe we won't. And she liked it, and a few days later I wrote something else that kind of went over well when we discovered that this is so inside baseball. The really dumb, horrible painting of the late Andrew Breitbart.
Oh God, that thing's hilarious. By the way,
as a Teutonic Knight. Turned out that was plagiarized from a video game. And I happened to write that up. It got like 30,000 hits and got picked up by a what is it, Gawker website.
Yeah. Right.
One of Gawker's sub-sites, the Kotaku, the game site. And it went big. The guy shut down the site. He was selling the paintings for up to $3,000.
Oh, crap.
And so that went over well, and I just started doing the blog thing.
And now you take all your profile pictures.
And now I embarrass my 15-year-old son. So it's a great thing.
So Ned, you have to spend like all day long combing through WorldNet Daily and all of that just to, because that must be horrible.
Thank goodness we have a secret chat cave where we trade story ideas and steal each other's jokes.
Listen, the secret chat cave, that's where the demons, they're trolling those caves. You better be careful, bro.
Clean it out.
Absolutely, yeah. Most of us actually probably are demonic on there. But
yeah, you're going to get raped and you're going to like it. That's all I can tell is that it'll be pleasurable for you.
It could happen. Well, the thing that I found interesting about the whole demon rape thing is that people are talking about sex dreams as if those are clear signs of demonic possession,
right.
Whereas normal people would think, oh, that was a sex dream.
Yeah. Which I've never had, by the way. I don't think I've ever had a full sex dream. Certainly not with a demon. No, I don't know. It's not in my psyche. I don't know. It's never happened.
I always have like the weird sex dreams but it's like really frustrating. Like you're about to have sex, but all these weird like complications keep coming up.
Zipper breaks.
Yeah, and then like you're trapped in the kitchen and you have to pee and you want to go have sex, and then it's like, oh no, I just have to really pee, and then you wake up and there's no sex demon at all.
All right, well, listen.
And how would you describe your relationship with your mother?
No kidding, dude.
Distant.
Distant, yeah, distant. He's closer with the Blue Jays that come to visit on his balcony than his mother.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, Dr. Zoom, I want to thank you for calling in. Thank you for listening to the show. And listen, call in anytime. If you got anything you want to talk about, it'd be our pleasure to talk to you. Jordan trolls these websites, and I have to discern.
I don't troll. I'm not a troll.
Okay, well, all right. You
don't know what it means.
What do you come up by it happenstance? What happens?
I follow it.
You're following. Well, at this point, you're following. But my point was that I don't follow this. So Jordan brings these things up. He gives me like one sentence, and I have to figure out what the rest of the story is. So it's very frustrating for me. But I'm glad that you called in.
It sounds interesting.
No,
I'm going to check it out.
Thank you very much. And if I can plug my Sunday series,
of course.
I am making my way through Christian homeschool textbooks.
Oh, yeah.
And their unique view of the world. So that runs every Sunday on wonkat.com.
Sweet. We'll throw that up on our Twitter and throw it up on our website and let people check that out. Hey, listen, Dr. Zoom, thanks so much for calling in, bud.
Have a great day.
All right, there you go.
Dr. Zoom, ladies and gentlemen, our wonkat.com comedy correspondent. I can't say anything.
That was cool.
No, it's awesome. Yeah. Listen, that was a great interview, and that's a weird story. And Tiffany, I feel like like last night when we had our meeting, I felt like I remember I said I want to blow up. I want to turn that angry, cynical, and then I feel like you're on the edge of like where you're like, no. Stop asking me! Like you're gonna. No!
My problem right now is this stupid tablet. I can't figure it out. Like I'm trying to type and I'm trying to use this thing because I don't like to touch the screen.
But it's covered. Just touch it. Don't be such a
I know I
germaphobe.
did. Did you see me? I touched it, but I didn't like it.
We got a caller. We're gonna go ahead and take the caller. Caller, you're on the air. Welcome to Double Special. Who are we speaking with?
Yeah, it's Marion Spears Carr from Charlotte.
Yay!
Oh, Marion Spears. There you go. All right, right on. Now, Tiffany, you set this up, and tell me a little bit about Marion, because Tiffany knows people that I have no idea who she knows.
Well, he's my friend on Facebook now, as of the other day, and also he's been my friend on Twitter for a while. He's really cool. He's a funny guy. He said you were going to call right after you got off stage at the Comedy Zone. How did that go?
Really good. It was a good crowd. It's kind of night before Thanksgiving, everybody's traveling, so it's all the drunks that have lost their DUI they got DUIs and can't drive anywhere, so it's a pretty good crowd.
It's like a
Can't
huge.
go anywhere, so they just walk to the co-op.
There's like a huge rack of bikes out front.
Yeah, everyone's on their Huffy.
Yeah. No, in Charlotte, it's more scooters.
I've never done the Charlotte Zone, but I used to work for the Zone. I've met Joel and John Heffron, and I know a bunch of Zone comics. Who was this? An open mic? Was it a showcase? What were you doing?
No, it's a show. It's a filler show. It's basically called 8 for 8.
Mhm.
Basically, 8 local comedians that are all of us that are trying to get where we, get up on stage. And it's not really open mic. They do some open mics now, but the new Comedy Zone chain and their new location in Charlotte's amazing. It's only been open about a year, and it's a venue just built for comedy. It's beautiful.
I don't think they'll have me. I did a show. I did Vasani's down in Port Charlotte, actually, in Florida for them, and they overpaid me, and I kept the money, and I had to pay it back later. It got really awkward, so I don't know if they'll work me again.
They overpaid you. What? You could afford Denny's after the show?
Yeah, right.
They knew.
Who was in the show tonight? Tell me some names. See if I know anybody.
Chesney Goodson, Derek Whiteman was there. Chesney Goodson, a new comic named Blair that's really going well. Let's see who else. Ben Jones. Ben Jones is a really funny young comedian that's featuring now for the chain. And Dee Cameron's closing. Have you ever seen Dee? He's from Charlotte. He's a headliner. He's pretty strong.
Now, the guys I know are Matt Davis, Kerry White, Mo Alexander. You know any of those guys?
Yeah, all those guys kind of come in and out.
Yeah, good guys. Yeah, no, listen, it's a great chain, and do what you're doing, because if you can get in with them, they got a lot of rooms all over the country. You can really get some exposure. Don't they do the Stardome in Birmingham?
They do. They do. And it's a good place. If you're in Charlotte, I mean, I live here, but I live in Atlanta, too, and it's been really interesting. I've been writing Southern humor for years, and got on stage about a year and a half ago, and have gotten a lot of opportunities. And these guys, if you're in Charlotte, you got to work for them. But Atlanta, it's a little more open.
He says that like it's the mob. If you're
know.
in Charlotte, don't try to work no other room now, brother.
I don't want to go there now. I'm thinking, you tell a joke in the wrong place, they come at you, man.
Yeah, that's it. That's Charlotte, man. They'll cut you.
Oh, man.
You will get vented. You will get cut and bleeded.
You're going to be seeing your Bojangles on the floor, man. That's
Right? How long have you been doing the comedy? Is this a new thing for you? You've been doing it for a while?
About a year and a half.
And?
Yeah, a year and a half. And I've been having a lot of fun. It's I've got a good day job, but it's going to play out in about 4 more years. And so I'm just working hard, writing a lot, hanging out with a lot of really good comedians, hanging around with a lot of really bad comedians. It makes me feel better about how bad I am. So it's awesome.
It sounds like you're going strong, though. But let me ask you, if you lost a comedy contest to a 7-year-old girl, would that destroy your hopes and dreams forever?
No, it wouldn't destroy my hopes and dreams forever, but it would really suck.
It would come close. All right.
Because a 7-year-old would have no problem going, nanny, nanny, boo, boo. You know, that would be their mentality. They would rub your face in it.
Do you know about the contest that someone just did last weekend where a 7-year-old kid won the contest? She beat.
I know, that's insane. We have like a Doogie Howser of comedy up here. He's like 13.
Oh.
And he's like an old man compared to that. That's crazy.
He's doing like Catskills, Huck the Valley jokes. All old waka waka.
At least I lost to a comic with more than 2 pubes. Whatever. Wait, that was wrong. That's 7. That's
hilarious. I started comedy later in life, so I'm like on the other end of that. I'll be 50 in about 2 weeks.
Well, listen, here's the thing that I've noticed about comedy, because I'm 47. I've been doing it for a long time. But here's one thing.
You hit 50, it's over. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chris.
That's not true. At your age, the younger comics will not like you if you do well. So try not to do well, otherwise you will not be liked. Unless you don't want to be liked, then do well, and comedy will work for you. And also, if you have a regular job, they hate that as well. They see this as like a separation, like the younger comics, the guys that want to do it full time. If you have a job, they look at you like, dude, you're such a jerk, man.
Right, because you have a job.
Right, I have it. Right, exactly. I have a job, and they're like, why don't you just quit your job? I'm like, because I want to eat, bro. I want to eat and be you know.
Yeah.
Do you have a high-paying job? Is it a good job, or is it one that you could leave?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good job. I sold a company to a company in Atlanta and have a 5-year contract, and hopefully we'll sell a company. So yeah, I know they kind of hate me because I actually can take my time and do work hard, get better.
You know that if you don't get paid for the show, you will eat tomorrow. I mean, it's not, you will be able to drive to the next place. You're like, yeah, listen, I just sold a company, whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
There's not many open micers who are like, yeah, listen, I'm going to do my set. I got to go leave early because tomorrow I'm selling my company. I got to take care of that.
Just be afraid of the ones who call you dilettante because they're smart.
So it's
a lot of fun. I grew up around a lot of country people, and I just try to mirror the stories that I grew up in and turn them into bits. I came out as a storyteller, and that didn't work, obviously, because people won't set up punch, but I'm getting better at that, so we're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, you know what you need to do? Throw in some juggling. That always works. Juggle? Yeah.
No, I don't. No, we've got enough prop comics in Charlotte.
Wow, really?
Yeah, we got a couple particularly. Well, Carrot Top came from here, so he kind of started that whole thing.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh,
God,
geez.
can you having a regional tradition of prop comics? It's like that's our new nuke testing ground.
Like Melbourne, Florida is like the mom capital in the world. So there you go.
Listen, I don't even know what. Listen, I've been in Florida for a while, and the comedy scene, especially in the Tampa Bay area, is insane. There are some really good comics here. I'll say that. But there's a lot of whiny, just people that don't want to. They don't understand that it takes time, and they're like, "Why am I not?" I can't even.
I'm complaining just like Louis C.K. Why am I not famous?
All right, well, listen, Marion, thank you so much for listening to the show. Thanks for calling in. Call in anytime, dude. You want to be our correspondent from Charlotte? We can put you up on the website and link people to your stuff so they can check you out. Do you have a website?
We're getting ready to put one up, but I'm on Twitter at Carr Comedy, Karr Comedy, and I'm at Facebook.com/Carr Comedy, and our website will be up in January because we shot some really good video and this need to get edited. So. And I work fairly clean, so that's my bit. Thank you for letting me have me, Tiffany. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, you're welcome. It was nice to talk to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marion Spears Cars. You can follow him on Twitter at Carr Comedy. And you remember, he works clean, so he's safe from the demon rape.
Have a good night, buddy. Thanks for calling in.
See you, man. Thanks a lot. Have a good night, guys.
There you go.
Good night.
All right, a lot of good calls tonight already.
We should have asked him about the demon, because he's actually a Christian.
Oh, I didn't know that. Where were you?
Well, I don't know. You guys were having such a good conversation. I didn't want to interrupt.
That would have been extra, but you could have. At any time you could have said, "Hey, Marion, demon rape. What do you think? Yes or no? Are you down? You believe it?"
Well, we asked him about what he thought about 7-year-olds. So.
Right. All right. So if you want to give us a call, the phone number is 493-2055. In the next 15, 20 minutes, we're going to be doing an interview with Nicole Lauren, who was the 7-year-old that won this comedy contest here locally in Tampa Bay, beat out about 8 other adult comics in a contest that our producer Nolan Ray hosted.
Some would say deservingly.
I think it was
at the Kick and Wing in where's that? Brandon? Where the hell was it?
Hudson.
I played the place there. Had a great show, but that is not an easy room, dude. You were there. That's not an easy room.
It's like a typical sports bar room, I think.
Yeah, but it's not easy.
I can tell by the video. If you go on our Double Special Comedy Facebook page, one of the comic that hosted that competition posted it up underneath our post about having her on the show. So if you go on there, you can actually watch the whole contest, and you can see no one else is getting laughs at all, at least from what Crystal told me.
I will say,
and then the kid was getting tons of laughs.
All right, Jordan.
The audio, it was all coming through the comics mic, so you couldn't really hear the laughter. So I will not say definitively that nobody else was getting laughs. It was hard to tell from the video.
I did not watch the video. Because I want my opinion to completely be
I didn't watch it either.
Well, no, but listen, comedy contests are hard, and some are actually set up, nothing against Nolan Ray, but some are set up better than others where you have people that have been doing comedy. Obviously, these guys are kind of beginners, and then you throw in, listen, for comics, I think starting, they're usually kind of dirty, except for Marion, apparently. And then you have to follow Nicole, who does a clean set. That's a little off-putting when you're like, okay, she was very clean, and squeaky clean and cute, and I'm going to get up here and talk about, God knows what. So it can be a little weird.
Oh yeah, no, it's if you go up against a 7-year-old, you know you're screwed. So I don't think anyone should be complaining. You knew you were going to lose.
Right.
Well, you can't win in that situation. Even if you won, you lost.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. That's why I said it was a lose-lose for sure.
All right, well, let's go ahead and set up the story. So they had the contest. Obviously, Nicole Lauren won, and then after the contest on Tampa Bay Comedy, which is a forum on Facebook that we're involved in of local comics, they were quite pissed off about the whole thing.
Yes.
And not so much that they lost, but they feel like and they feel like the parents are exploiting this child. So much so that they called her Funny Boo Boo. They threw, which I think is pretty damn funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it out there. That's a pretty funny pun. Michael, if you're listening, pretty funny. Parents didn't think it was really that funny.
No,
they didn't really appreciate that.
Well, I've never seen the show, so I didn't know that Funny Boo Boo was like a weird kid. I just thought it was a cute little pageant
Well,
kid
it's
with
not that
blonde hair.
she's weird. It's that Honey Boo Boo is, they're kind of white trash and they're kind of low rent and they're, there's stuff in their face with ribs and it's not very nice. You've never seen it, Jordan. You wouldn't put yourself through that.
Clips of it. Yeah, I don't.
So it's pretty awful.
I can't sit through it.
Yeah,
these people seem pretty classy when I met them.
So we got a caller. Is this our caller? Okay. Caller on the air. Who are we speaking with?
Talking.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is this Nicole Lauren?
Yes.
Hey, Nicole. How are you? Welcome to Double Special.
Thank you.
So, Nicole, we're going to talk to your parents in a minute. My name is Chris, and you're in the studio with Jordan. You may hear his voice, and Tiffany, who you've met. And actually, you're taking martial arts lessons from Tiffany, right?
Well, she tried out a class the other day. She did a good job.
So you tried out the class. Did you like it?
Yeah.
Was Tiffany? Well, I want to know because I think Tiffany's a little rough on her kids. Was she rough with you, or is she okay with you?
She was okay.
She didn't make you do like 160 push-ups, and she wasn't like like a drill sergeant.
Or she makes you run laps.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, if she told me to do 160 push-ups, I would because I like push-ups.
You
she's good at push-ups.
Probably better than me. All right, so Nicole, the reason we have you on the show is because just last week you did a comedy contest, right?
Yes.
And now, was this your first comedy contest?
Yes, not my first show, but my first contest.
First contest. So you've done comedy before?
Yes.
When did you start doing comedy, honey?
Well, I was 5 years old.
Aww.
And I was on a cruise ship, and the kids club has these talent shows, and I said, I don't want to sing. I don't want to hula hoop. I don't want to jump rope. I want to make people laugh. So I got my own routine, and I started doing it.
Wow. So you started at 5 years old. That's pretty young to start doing comedy. And how did that go when you did it on the cruise ship? Did people laugh? Did they like you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're good.
A lot.
Oh, a lot. All right. She aced through him. She smoked him. She killed him. So just recently you did a comedy show and a comedy contest, and you actually won the contest. Is that right?
Yes.
Well, we want to say congratulations, first of all. Congratulations for winning. Good for you.
Yay.
Good job.
Congratulations.
And you won against a bunch of other comics. Now, how did you win a prize? Was there a trophy? What did you get for winning the contest?
$75.
$75. That's pretty sweet.
Whoa.
Now, what are you going to spend the $75 on?
I've been saving up for an iPod. I already have 100 something.
Wow. Now, is this all comedy money that you've won, or you do like odd jobs? Are you babysitting, mowing lawns? What are you doing?
Well, Mom and Dad have been giving me money for every good practice that I do. $5 for every good practice.
Good practice. Practicing what? Comedy, or do you do something else?
Yes, practice comedy.
So you practice comedy. Do you do that at home?
Yes.
How do you do it? What do you do when you practice?
Well, I go over my routine in my head, and then I say it out loud in front of the TV.
Is the TV on when you're doing it? Because that could be distracting if you got Phineas
No.
and Ferb blasting. Okay.
No.
All right.
My parents are sitting on the couch on the other side of the coffee table, listening,
Now,
timing it.
Getting $5 every time you do your routine, that actually makes you one of the highest paid comics in Tampa Bay area. How does that feel?
Only $5 for good ones.
so Oh, so if they're bad, you get more. Have you ever gotten no money for a team? Where they're like, look, that's not good. I can't even give you a nickel for that.
Yeah, and you need to renegotiate your contract because you're not responsible for what's in the room. Sorry.
Well,
it's okay, Nicole.
Don't worry.
That was a lot of information all at once. All right, so Nicole, I have a question. Number one, do you write your own material, or do your parents help you write stuff? Do you think of your own jokes? How do you come up with your material?
well, just regular stuff is funny.
Regular stuff is funny, but do you
Yeah.
do you put the regular?
Like my mom's cooking. But she has to stop using the kitchen timer. She has to stop using the She has to stop misplacing the kitchen timer for the
Brownies.
smoke detector.
Oh, the smoke. Well, but when you think of these jokes, are you thinking of them on your own? Or are you sitting in your room and thinking, well, my mom and the smoke detector, that's funny, so I'll write that down? Or do you say something and your parents kind of help you put it on paper?
I say something, my dad or my mom. Sometimes it's relatives.
Oh, okay.
I always get money from my relatives.
So you're working your entire family over for $5 at a pop. She's telling jokes at like Thanksgiving. So tomorrow, Thanksgiving, you're going to rake it in. You'll make like $30-$40, right?
Yeah, my pop always gives me $100 on Christmas.
Okay.
Nice.
No.
So
Nicole, please introduce me to Pop Pop. I need to talk to Pop Pop because I'm broke. I need some money. So when you did the contest, Nicole, were you nervous when you went up there, or because you had done this before, were you like, okay, I've done this, I can do this? Were you a little nervous?
I don't get nervous. I get excited.
You get excited.
Aww.
Does that make you, sometimes do you get so excited that you can't remember what you're going to say? Do you get a little, because I know when I do comedy, I get really, really amped up. I get very, speed up a little bit, and sometimes I forget what I was going to say.
No, actually, my mom lets me take a piece of candy before it. And before that one, she gave me a nap.
That's a nice little balance you got there. Candy and a nap. I'll give you a butterscotch, but you must sleep 15 minutes, right?
I know. That sounds like a business plan, honestly.
No kidding.
Selling candy and a nap?
So when you won, when they announced your name and that you had won, how did you feel? How did that feel? Did it feel pretty good?
I wasn't there to hear them announce my name.
Oh,
the next morning, my mom and dad told me.
Oh, so were you excited the next morning?
My head almost blew up.
Your head. That could be very messy, Nicole. What about your friends? You must have friends at school. Do they know that you do comedy?
No, I've been only one of them.
Yeah?
I've been keeping it a secret mostly.
That's good. Don't tell the people you work with you do comedy, because then they expect you to be funny all the time, and you're not always in the mood. So it's good you keep it a secret.
Well, I always say things. I just say regular things, and my friends think they're funny.
I see. Well, Nicole, listen.
I just say them and they think they're funny.
Right. Well, listen, Nicole, I think it's a great thing that you're doing comedy at such a young age. You'll probably be better than me in like a year and a half, I'm guessing. If you stick with it. I want to thank you for talking to us a little bit. And again, we want to congratulate you. Congratulations for winning the contest. Good for you, honey. That's awesome.
Yay, awesome
Thank
job.
you.
She's very funny.
So go ahead and put your parents on, and maybe we'll talk to you again on the show. If you do another contest, maybe we'll go ahead and talk about it and have you on, okay?
Okay.
Hey, Nicole, have a great Thanksgiving. Good Christmas, okay, sweetie?
Bye,
We
Nicole.
will.
All right, there you go. Put your parents on there. Give it up for Nicole Lauren right there on the phone. And now we're going to talk to her parents because it's a whole different. We're going to switch gears here and find out what the hell, what the heck. Sorry. No, Nicole's on her way out of the room. Okay, so do you have her parents on the phone?
Hello?
Oh, it went dead. Did they just hang up? I think the parents are supposed. Did we talk to the parents? No, are they still on there?
They're
Nolan?
still on the line.
Okay.
Oh, okay. They're
Maybe she's bringing the phone to him.
Oh, maybe she is. Okay, that's fine. Now, are we going to play the video of her set? Do you have the set? All right, let's go ahead and play the video of her set, and then we'll go ahead and talk to the parents after the set.
Okay.
You okay with that, JB?
Yeah.
All right, Nolan Ray's going to go ahead and play the video. This is Nicole Lauren at the contest.
Tiffany has no say in this.
About what?
Her set.
Now, this next comedian, you may have seen her on Broadway, or you may have seen her on milk cartons. Surprisingly enough, she's not the only comedian here with a curfew tonight, but please give it up for the lovely Nicole Lauren.
My name is Nicole, and I'm 7 years old. I've been around for a long time, and I can tell you, it's tough being a kid. All these rules, eat your veggies, brush your teeth. Do not go in Mom and Dad's room when the door is closed. So I'm grounded until high school, and apparently there's therapy in my future. Just a reminder, there is no videotaping allowed. I don't want anyone stealing my materials. Seinfeld. My parents used to take me to Disney World, but money's tight, and now they only take me to the half-price zoo where they only have a dog. You've heard of it, right? The Shih Tzu? In science, we're studying oceanography, and I finally know why sharks do not eat stand-up comedians. It's because they think we taste funny. I asked my dad the other day why I was an only child, and he said, smart people learn from their mistakes. But Mom wants more kids. Knock, knock. Madame. Madame, foot stuck in the door. Talking about doors, that's a segue. I opened the door the other day and an 8-foot cockroach was swearing at me. So I shut the door and told Mom that I could not go to school today because there was a nasty bug going around. My parents make me exercise, so I ran around the block the other day like 6 or 8 times. Whew. After that, I grabbed a soda and put the block back into my toy chest. My dad saw me sitting on the neighbor's dog the other day, and he asked, "What are you doing?" So I told him that the teacher said to write a story on an animal, and I didn't want to get in trouble for sitting on the hamster again. Yeah, I have this dumb cat who swallowed a whole ball of yarn. 63 days later, she gave birth to mittens. So Mom sold them on eBay for gambling money. You know, Christmas is coming up, and I asked my dad if I could have an iPad. Yeah, no. An iPhone? Nah. An iPod? He said I'd be lucky to get an eye infection. Math is so hard. Like the time the teacher asked me if I had $1, and I asked my dad for another $1, how much would I have? I told her, only $1. Obviously, you do not know my dad. Yeah, my dad is so cheap. He makes us wash ice cubes and reuse them. And he makes us turn in itemized expense reports for my allowance. My mom says I never pay attention, and she doesn't know what she's... Ooh, kitty. I have my eye on this iPod down at the Apple store. And I figured, a few more loose teeth, and that baby is mine. But have you seen the price on those things? Nobody has that many teeth. That's why I'm up here doing stand-up comedy, to get some extra money. And apparently I have to pay for my future therapy somehow. Thank you. You've been a great audience. Oh, and it's past my bedtime. I have to go.
Give it up for Nicole Lauren.
And that was Nicole Lauren, ladies and gentlemen,
that was
tearing
good.
it up at Kickin' Wings this past Friday night, winning the Talk Web inaugural comedy contest, or whatever it was
Listen,
called.
I didn't see the video, but she looked very comfortable up there.
That was great.
No, she looked very comfortable, very cute. The camera could have pulled back so we could see like how tall she was, but that's fine. Now, do we have the parents still on the phone, Nolan? Are they on the phone? All right, let's go ahead. We got the parents of Nicole Lauren on the phone. Hello, are you there?
Yes,
So this is Nicole Lauren's father, yes?
correct.
Listen,
what's your name, sir?
Well, they don't want to throw their names out there. Let's make up a name for him.
Paulie.
All right, Paulie. All right, Paulie. Listen, we talked to Nicole. Very sweet girl. Saw the video. Really good video. Tiffany, you weren't at the show, but now you've met Nicole. Very personal young lady, right?
Yeah, and you can tell she loves comedy.
Right. So, a couple of questions. First of all, we'll just throw this out there. After the show, a few of the local comics got a little upset. That I don't know if they got upset that they got beat by a 7-year-old, but they certainly got upset that she was even there.
We had heard something to that effect, yeah.
Right. And so now I have a question. When you were there, was everybody cool with you? Everybody was nice? Nobody was like rude to me, like, what are you doing, dude? Nobody said anything to you, right?
No, actually, she didn't get to meet everybody there as far as all the other comedians, but everyone that she spoke with or got to interact with was actually very nice.
Yeah. And then that's how they are, too, Paulie. They're nice to your face, and afterwards, like, rah, 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 they got, nasty things to say. Not that it was, like, really, really bad, but on a forum here locally, Tampa Bay Comedy Forum on Facebook, a lot of local comics, some of the comics were there. Tiffany had mentioned that Nicole won. She thought it was really funny that a 7-year-old beat out all these guys, these adults, right, Tiffany?
I was heckling them.
You were honest about it. and listen, from the looks of her set, pretty good set. Mm-hmm. And they were just mad, and now they kind of attacking you guys as parents for having the gall to have your daughter at this contest. How does that make you feel?
Well, I guess a couple things to remember would be that, first of all, it was a contest, not, open mic night in a comedy club. And it was at a restaurant. Mm-hmm. There were kids eating when her set started, other kids in the place.
Now, were those kids there eating while the other comics went? Because I know some of those other comics, and I know that their sets are not clean. They're probably pretty filthy.
I don't know if they were still there or not. We actually left right after her set.
All right.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Didn't miss much.
Well, we didn't leave the entire premises, but we left inside. We went outside. She got stuck in the hallway for a few minutes as people were congratulating her and doing different things, but we got out of there as fast as we could and hung out outside for a few minutes so she could calm down.
Yeah. Oh, she was pretty amped up about the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. She gets up for it. I mean,
yeah. Now, and let me say this right off the bat. I am on your side in that I agree with you. Number one, it was a contest. Number two, it was at a restaurant where other families are eating.
Right.
And then they're kind of accosted by this contest with your daughter, not a big deal. With the other guys, I mean, they got Pretty Paul Parson. I don't know if you know the local comedy scene, but Pretty Paul Parson is pretty X-rated. I mean, it's pretty filthy stuff. Yeah. No, seriously.
Yeah. I mean, and I think I said last week my main concern was, are you guys, I didn't know you guys at that time, so I was like, I hope the parents take her out of that room. And as long as they do that, I'm cool with it. And when I talked to you guys, you said, oh, yeah, we took her out of the room right away. We're very protective and stuff. So I'm like, then I'm happy. You know what I mean? As long as she wasn't sitting in that room and listening to the other comedians curse and say, sexual jokes, I'm fine with it,
Yeah. So you got Nicole out of there immediately. After a set, bam, she's gone.
Well, she went to the restroom,
right,
and then we got out of there, yeah.
Yeah. And now a couple of questions I have, because, again, somebody coined the phrase online, they called her Funny Boo Boo, which as a comic, I think that's pretty funny. But we also know what that connotation is. It's not just the reality show, Toddlers and Tierra Child. Honey Boo Boo is like the worst of those type of children. I mean, let's face it. I don't know how you feel about it, but, I was like, okay, I can see where the parents might go, come on.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. I thought it was at least creative.
Yes.
We have not actually seen that show. I mean, I know Honey Boo Boo is. We don't watch reality television.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
It's really the furthest thing from reality. We
True.
try to avoid that.
Right, of course.
But, yeah, I wouldn't really draw any correlations between Nicole and Honey Boo Boo in any sense.
I wouldn't either. She seems very, articulate, and you don't seem like that type of. Jordan, you threw your hands up. What was that?
No, I agree with you. With you. But unfortunately, it's just a hilarious name that they came up with, Funny Boo Boo. So that's the darky part.
I think they both have blonde hair.
Yeah.
Other than that, in their
well, and
kids.
The fact that Honey Boo Boo is like about 100 pounds heavier than Nicole, for God's sake.
I've never seen that show either.
She's a little Oompa Loompa. She's a huge girl, and eats ribs on the show. It's just disgusting. But no, Nicole is very nice. And so, one question: did you enter how did you hear about the contest?
Actually, we were contacted by Nolan. regarding the contest.
Now, do you know Nolan, or how do you know Nolan? How do you guys?
We not. I mean, we had never met him. Don't know him personally, or other than at that contest. Yeah. I think that my wife had, I'd say, either friended him or there was some connection at some point, and he saw Nicole's material, I believe, some of the YouTube videos. Yeah, and had contacted us.
Well, I watched another thing that she was on a stage, and it was nice, and it was a great set, and it was very funny, and we were like, and that's what I said to Nicole, to Tiffany rather, and Jordan. I was like, this girl actually, I could see her on America's Got Talent doing very well, doing very well.
I hadn't really thought about that, but
no, seriously. I mean, and they're looking at obviously they're giving away Vegas acts, but I think somebody of hers. Age and cuteness and ability to do comedy, because listen, she's very personal, and it's not like listening to a little kid up there. She actually has material. Which leads me to my next question: did she write her own material, or did you guys kind of have a hand in it? That's the big question too. People are like, oh well, the parents wrote it. It's obvious that a 7-year-old couldn't write that material. Did she or did she not?
I would say the best way to describe it would be a collaboration. She comes up with a lot of the ideas, but being 7, she can be a bit wordy.
Sure, of course, yeah. So Dad's like, listen.
We tend to if something she finds funny, we'll play with a little bit and see if we can make it work. Some of the things are strictly hers. The segue line, she just threw out one night doing it. They're like, that's pretty funny, Nicole.
Yeah.
That,
she loves that too. She loves that line. She told me that's one of her favorite bits is when she goes, "That's a segue."
And she knows obviously what a segue is, right? It's not like she doesn't think it's like the thing that you ride with the 2 wheels where you lean forward and it goes. She doesn't think it's that, right?
Well, she spelled it that way, but yeah, she knows.
Well, and again, it leads to my next question: is this something that she came to you and said, "Listen, I would like to do comedy," or is this something that you guys talked about and suggested? Are either of you being mother and father, are you in performance? Is this something that you've done in the past and suggested, or how'd this come about?
Well, initially, as she mentioned, on the cruise ship, they have a kids' talent night, a kids' talent show, I should say, during the day. And most of the kids do rather bad singing or hula hooping or cartwheels, whatever it might be.
Right.
She decided, I'm going to do comedy. So we helped her come up with 3 or 4 funny lines that the kids would like. She did that. They laughed. She loved it.
Yeah. She's really good at it. And that's the reason I asked it, because a lot of the comments on Facebook were that, you guys are these, like parents that are forcing this on, and you're living vicariously through your 7-year-old, which I didn't get that vibe when I watched the clip. I really didn't get that vibe.
Oh, we stopped using the shock collar on her probably 6 or 8 months ago.
Well, listen, unless you get the rechargeable batteries, that can really,
wear out.
It can be an issue.
No, but we both have regular jobs. We don't, we're not stage people.
Right, not entertainers.
Not intentionally, no.
All right.
He is funny when I talk to him.
No,
now, Paulie, I heard you pay $5 per routine. So can anybody get in on that deal, or is it just Nicole?
Well, she was embellishing that a little bit. I think we did that one day. But the other part that people probably don't realize is this would be the second show she's ever done. The first one was on Broadway in New York.
She's actually done the one with the piano. That was on Broadway.
No, that was on a cruise ship.
Oh, that was the cruise ship.
But I don't consider that actual stand-up. The only time she's done it in a stand-up type situation, type environment, would be on Broadway and this show the other night.
How did the Broadway thing come about? How did you work that out?
I didn't go to New York, but my wife and Nicole went to New York to visit some friends, and they were just kind of hanging out. And Nicole was thinking, "Hey, they do comedy in New York, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of where they invented it. And so they checked with a couple people that they know up there, and somebody said, "Sure, we can put her on at the beginning of an open mic night. She'll go on first. We can get her out of there as soon as things are done." And she killed.
That doesn't surprise me. To be honest with you, I'm a little jealous because I would love to do Broadway. I got the Central Park West. That's about as close as I got.
And before this particular contest, she practiced, and we had, I think, 5 or 6 days between when we first found out about it, when the contest was. she practiced a grand total of 4 times.
That's amazing. Listen.
So, I mean, I think even some of your listeners can maybe do the math on that one. 4 times at $5 a pop.
Oh, listen, yeah, right? I think in talking to you, I think that, I've always said this on Tampa Bay Comedy. Some of the comics are very touchy and very kind of pissy and whiny. And in talking to you, I don't get the vibe that you guys are pushing this on her at all. I think you're just supporting her and helping her. And I'm a little disappointed in some of the local guys to not see some natural talent. Whether you guys help her with the material or not, she's got natural stage talent with respects to stand-up.
I don't think you can teach funny.
No,
right.
I agree.
She knows how to deliver the punchline.
Well, and that's obvious at the contest. You can't teach funny. I don't know if you saw the other sets, but we watched the tape, and some of it was pretty.
Yeah, well, to be fair, now some of the youngest comics in Tampa Bay are now 3 times older than the youngest successful comic in Tampa Bay, and that's got to hurt a lot of dudes.
Well, and I don't know if she's going to keep doing this.
Yeah.
We don't make her do it, so it's really up to her.
Right.
The good news for everybody might be that in 6 months she'll decide she's going to deal with Barbies or quantum physics.
Right, exactly. She's going to be like, you know what? I think I'm going to get into rugby. Okay, Nicole, that's fine. You can get into rugby if you want.
What if she gets into dubstep? You're doomed.
If she's going to keep doing it, we need to find places for her to do it that are places she can, in fact, do it without causing problems, obviously. But
I'm glad you said that because that was brought up on Facebook as well. A lot of comics are like, listen, if you're going to teach your kid to do comedy at that age, there are other venues that you can do that, i.e. community centers and some of the theaters, and like TPAC has children programs. Even McCurdy's, I think, has a child's program, or one of the theater things. I don't know. I mean, a restaurant at a contest, why not? I don't see why it's such a big deal.
No, I don't.
And plus, it was a charity contest, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So where were the proceeds going to?
I believe Nolan's kids.
That's like foster. No, I think it's foster the arts.
Fosterthearts.org.
Yeah. All right. So all the comics that are whining about it, you guys raised some money for Foster the Arts. Nicole came and made an appearance, and a pretty damn good one, if I might add. So listen, we're not going to make a huge deal of it. I just wanted to get you there because it was relevant. It just happened, and we were kind of involved with the Facebook thing. I know that you requested to be on Tampa Bay Comedy, or Nicole did, and they flat out said no. Why they? I mean, there's not really a lot of horrible things said on Tampa Bay Comedy Forum. I don't know.
For some reason, and you can clarify about the Facebook that you do as well, but for some reason they think that the 6-year-old's like running her Facebook page when obviously it's the parents. I mean,
right.
So what do you think about that? I mean, you told me that you guys do her Facebook page. It's not her doing it.
Yeah, she doesn't actually deal with it. I mean, we show her things on there on occasion, but that's after we've gone through and cleaned up anything that's an issue. It's locked down pretty tight.
Yeah, she's 7, dude. Listen, I have a 4-year-old, and he knows I do comedy, and he says, bye, have a good show, and yada, yada, yada. And now I heard the other day he was telling jokes in school, and when people laugh, he's like, that's not a real laugh. He's very cocky and very sociable. Yeah, I mean, and so at some point, if he says he wants to do it, I'll have to find an outlet for that, and I have a lot of avenues to do that. At a restaurant, I don't think it's a big deal. It's like you said, it's not a strip club, it's not a comedy club. I mean, what do you have to say to all the comics out there? If there's any listening that have blown this up and made a big deal out of it, what do you got to say to them about your 7-year-old daughter? If you could say one thing.
I actually wouldn't know where to start. I don't know exactly what anybody has said or implied. Or all I know is we've heard there's been some blowback from that, and
right.
There were questions about what kind of breeding tanks.
Some people, and they're questioning our parenting.
Right.
I mean, she's a 7-year-old who's doing something she likes to do. If she's wanting to do swimming or soccer or whatever else, she'd still get support.
Yeah. You're just good parents. That's good parenting as far as I'm concerned.
Well, and I just think I spent all that time in the lab creating Franken-comic for no good reason here.
Franken-comic. I'm telling you, if you do continue the funny boo-boo thing, just think about it. Just think about it. It's not bad.
Kind of funny.
It's not bad.
It is kind of clever. It's too bad she's such the Honey Boo Boo's such a horrible child. Otherwise, it would be like if she would have been like a really like talented like pageant girl, and then they called her Honey Boo Boo, then that would have been perfect. But yeah, it's so hard.
No, she's a troll and her mom's a troll. All right, well, listen, Paulie, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thanks for talking to us about it. I know it's been a big, hoopla or whatever, and I say my vote is Nicole. If you're, keep going, keep doing it.
Yeah.
JB, what's your vote?
I think if Nicole wants to be our person born in the 21st century comedy correspondent, I'm all for it. We need one.
And Tiffany?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she's very talented. I don't think you should ever stifle a child's talent.
Tiffany just wants her to take more lessons. That's really what she wants. Take more martial arts lessons.
Stop.
She's like, listen, I'll sell you the package. We can get a hot tub thrown in. It'll be awesome.
No.
Well, we could get the ultimate revenge and take her to every open mic and club we could find for the next 6 months too. She's got school.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, well, listen again, Paulie. Thanks so much for coming on. If you ever want to call back and let us know how she's doing, if she's got like something big coming up, and I'm not even kidding about America's Got Talent. You might want to check into the next time they audition. I think she's perfect for it. I think America would eat her up.
Well, I guess we'll take a look.
All right.
Not if it means traveling, because she's got obviously a 7-year-old's life.
Oh, homeschooler. That's what we're all doing nowadays. No. All right, Paulie. Listen, thank you so much for coming on the air. Good luck in Nicole's future. And again, thanks for talking to us.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Roll them out of there.
Paulie, ladies and gentlemen.
Father of Nicole Lauren, winner of a comedy contest. Laying that all to rest. That was a good interview.
Yeah, and I think they're very pleasant people.
He's very pleasant.
I think they're very, they don't seem, when I met Nicole the other day, she was a very happy child. She seemed very good, so.
Yeah, do we have another call? Can I click on that?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know if I can click on him.
Try to see what happens.
Okay, now he's got it. No, he's on it. Nolan's on it.
Oh, is he?
Caller, you're on the air. Welcome to Double Special. Who are we speaking with?
I'm on.
Yes, you're on. Who are we talking to?
Hi, it's Emily.
Emily!
Ladies and gentlemen, our Michigan comedy correspondent calling in live, Emily Hope Allen.
There you go, Emily. How are you tonight, sweetie?
Wonderful. Happy Thanksgiving, you guys.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yes. Now, are you en route to comedy, coming from comedy? Have you been listening to the show at all?
I have not been listening to the show because I'm coming from comedy.
How did it go tonight? How was it? Was it bad? Was it pre-Thanksgiving awful? How was it?
It was pandemonium because it's the biggest bar night of the year.
Is it?
So, yeah, and you would think, yay, lots of people come out, but they're not there for comedy.
They're there for, they're there for cranberry shots. They're like, let's get Thanksgiving messed up.
Exactly. It's drunksgiving, and people are just, out of control. But they were actually, they weren't being, overly loud. It was just there was so many of them, and they were all having conversations in one part of the room.
That's why. Get out of the bars, Emily. Go get into the improv, get into the zones, get into the bonkers. I mean, God, the bars are so...
Exactly.
It's hard. Yeah. Listen, I headline, and every time I get booked at a bar, I'm like, please.
Right.
I did a bar one time in somewhere in Central Florida, and when we got there, there was 3 rooms in this motel strip, and the woman answered the door with a pizza with corn chips on it, and they checked us in, and then we went to the bar, and they said, okay, there's the stage, and it was actually, just the room, and we did comedy in front of a claw machine, which they didn't bother to turn off. It was just, oh, God. Awful.
Yeah. So, but I love what you just said, Chris, because that's exactly what I did tonight. Was I put a lot more physicality into my set than I always normally do.
There you go.
And I, in the part of the room that was paying attention, I totally killed it. No, I didn't. But I mean, it was
that quarter of the room nailed it. The other quarter of the room, I'm not so sure. I don't know. They ordered tea. They were flipping cards. I don't know what they were doing, but no, it's how it is. It's transient. It's interesting. Mm-hmm. Did you have a question for Emily, Jordan?
Well,
you look like you're cooking something up over there.
I didn't want to change the subject too much, but I remember you are our Michigan comedy correspondent, and it kind of ties into another question we've been asking ourselves lately.
Yeah.
The Henry Ford Hospital there in Detroit, Michigan, actually is kind of a leader in this procedure, and they're starting to do poop transplants. And they found out that 43 of 49 patients who got a poopular transplant of
poop,
that they improved their C. difficile infections.
C. difficile. I'm almost positive you didn't pronounce that correctly.
Probably not, but whatever.
Not. Emily, have you heard about this? Is this big news in the Michigan area?
I haven't heard about it, but I did actually work in a nursing home for a long time, and C. diff is a very serious infection that people can get.
Oh, so you know
it's transmitted via poop.
But how is it pronounced though?
I don't even know because everybody just calls it C. diff.
I'm right.
C. diff.
And like it's almost like it's like cool, like C. diff, like it's like a like rap nickname or something for infection.
It's a hip infection. Yo, man, I'm about to infect your body.
Oh, it's horrifying. Like, let me tell you, it is one of the dreaded things that people who work around that area are fearing. So I can see how in the Detroit area, like not to disparage, because my grandmother actually worked at the Henry Ford Hospital as a nurse for a period of time. But, you know, I can see where a fecal obsession might come about.
It's only Jordan. Wait, listen, we talked about this before. Jordan always brings these fascinating facts, but they always involve pus or feces.
That's
or
not true.
Most of them
That's
do.
not true. I know historical and animal facts sometimes.
Oh, yeah. No. Weren't you the one who just tweeted the other day about people, like, soaking their own pee for, like,
that's
in the womb?
Right.
Yeah, you drink your own pee for 5 months.
Yeah, Jordan's like, oh, that's a fascinating thing. Let me share that with the world.
That wasn't me. Are you talking
No,
about
Jordan did.
Yeah, Jordan does. Jordan has
I
this.
need to follow him. I don't think he's on my Twitter.
No, well, he's double
the
special.
incognito.
Yeah, he does it as double special because.
Double special.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, Emily, I'm too lame to tweet. I tried.
Yeah.
I do it too. I do the like the talking back and forth, but all the clever like standalone tweets are his.
That's why there's so few of them.
Listen, I sat in front of Twitter the other night for 10 minutes trying. I had nothing. I had nothing. I was like, I don't. There's nothing that I want to say or anything. I suck at Twitter. I just suck at Twitter.
Maybe a poop transplant would help your creativity. Maybe you just borrow.
It works in Detroit.
Right? They're all very creative in Detroit. They're like, oh, I got new poop. I'm going to write a play.
Has to come from a family member, though.
Yeah.
Would you ask your sister that? Like, hey, sis, I need some poop.
No.
Have you seen my tweets about like my sister and I's relationship and the rocky road of Thanksgiving's past?
No.
Oh my God.
Are you now?
Literally.
Are you gonna
I'm
hang?
not joking when I put hashtag fist fight. Like that is not a
I
joke.
saw that.
Are you gonna hang out with your family for Thanksgiving tomorrow? Is she gonna be there?
I am. I'm gonna be over at her house eating tofurkey.
Oh.
It's gonna be interesting.
Did you just say tofurkey?
I asked her about tofurkey on Twitter because she said they're gonna be eating tofurkey. I'm like, oh, because I'm a vegetarian, so that sounds like it would be good.
Is it in the shape of an actual turkey? How does that? It's like a McRib where it looks like it has like fake bones.
It's a loaf.
It's a loaf. Oh,
like a stuffed loaf.
Oh, I don't know. All I know is the McRib. When I went. What is it? Are those ribs? No, those are just a shape.
Thanksgiving. Oh, you're killing me.
I don't listen. I don't know.
It's like a turkey loaf. Like, have you ever seen those like Jenny O turkey loaf? I've had that on a sad Thanksgiving many a time.
That's the sad turkey Thanksgiving. I got a loaf.
One of my best Thanksgivings ever was my first Thanksgiving in Alaska.
What?
During college, we had always had Chinese food on Thanksgiving because most of us had to work. We didn't go home or anything, so I'd organize like a Chinese dinner. And the Chinese restaurants in the Detroit area, oddly enough, always open on Thanksgiving.
Well, they know what's up.
So I thought, like, they just don't celebrate that or something. So I get to Thanksgiving, and I'm telling my friend there, like, oh, it's the best. We'll have Chinese. It's awesome. And then I go to order some Chinese on Thanksgiving, and, like, up there, I guess they are more patriotic and observant of our traditions. So they were all closed. We go to Denny's for Thanksgiving, last ditch, and they have this basketball tournament, or they used to anyways, up there called the Turkey Shootout or something like that. So the entire Duke University basketball team comes in, and they're having Thanksgiving dinner all around us at the tables at Denny's. So I'm always like, I had Thanksgiving with the Duke University basketball
Right. That sounds like a win for a girl to me. What is that, a college basketball team? Yes, winning.
Happy Thanksgiving. No, what? Wait.
Oh, my God. I've been having turkey for a week. I'm so over turkey. And then my wife got a honey baked ham today, which is like crack. I love honey baked ham. I really do. But Thanksgiving's always, it's just a weird holiday. Yeah. And my wife's in-laws, they're nice people and everything. But when we go over there, nobody talks. They just put on the TV and they all sit around and watch a lame movie. and nobody really converses. I like to put on music when I have people over and converse. Is it like that with your family, Emily, or are they like nobody really talks, or do you guys just end up beating each other with drumsticks? What happens?
No, our family, I mean, despite what I said about my sister with the thing, I mean, that's just because she's been pregnant the last 2 Thanksgivings, so she's out of her mind. But anyways, we tend to sit around and talk, and, like, my family has always been one for, like, getting into, like, movie quotathons. Like, we'll get on a movie
That
and,
sounds like fun.
It does.
Riffing back and forth with, like, different bits from the movie and each take parts. And my dad is just, like, he's, like, his brain is a lockbox for movie lines. And
I know.
he was always encouraging of that. So that's something that we still definitely constantly do. And then me and my brother, holy shnikes, you guys, my brother is so hilarious.
You guys go smoke out in the bathroom? Smoke a doob?
No, oddly enough, he's allergic to that stuff.
Allergic?
So, yeah, that's just me. Yeah, like, it makes him actually sick, which is so bizarre to me, but...
That would suck, dude. I would be so pissed at that.
Genetics, different results.
The first time you smoke a joint, you're like, what am I? Are these hives? Oh, come on. Really?
That's probably what would happen to me.
No, but my brother and I play this game of, like, try to make our mom cry from laughing.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you said from laughing.
One time we had this whole riff going about how in the future when my mom and my brother's mother-in-law needed to, like, have care as older folks, like, he would just set up, like, a coop yard lot thing with a little shed, and he'd have, like, a bar, like a slit where the food tray goes in through the bar. Make it 10 minutes of yard time, and he'd spray them down with a hose and stuff.
Oh, my God. Well,
I
listen.
was like, that's a simple solution.
Yeah, I hope that tomorrow goes well for you. I hope that you guys have there's some moment where you go, you know what, I do love my family. That's what I'm wishing for you. I hope that at some point during tomorrow you go, you know what, I love these people. I do love them.
And if not, I hope you get to sneak away and smoke one in the bathroom.
Well, thanks, you guys. And, you know, the thing that I do love the most about Thanksgiving, really, honestly, is that it's like, I love that it's a day that's actually like our national holiday to be, like, grateful and humble and think about things that we're happy and glad about in our lives and be appreciative of each other and what's really important. And to me, like, this isn't me being funny. Like, I'm seriously, especially since comedy, but especially lately since comedy, I feel so incredibly blessed.
Right on.
Like, I can't believe how much being around laughter and people who love to laugh, just including my family and all of my friends, you know, long-term and short-term friends, hopefully long into the future. I'm just grateful, and that includes you guys very much so. And also, before I let you go, I have to give shout-outs since I am the Michigan comedy correspondent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really want to not just always talk about my own experience of comedy. There are a lot of amazing comics here in my area, and I'm so grateful to them for being able to watch them progress and learn from them, and they're so helpful in sharing with me of information just like you guys have been. And so I just want to throw a couple names out there. I'm going to forget a bunch, but
we're charging you for all this, Emily. You're going to get a bill for all this.
Okay,
no,
that's
go ahead.
fine.
Go ahead.
Seriously, I'm plugging away.
Go ahead.
Away.
Do it.
Harvey, member from Saturday Night Live. Plug away. Anyways, Adam Diggy, Stu McAllister, Bob Fredericks, Andrew Van Houten, Eric Anderson, Eric Stewart, Casey Stoddard, Joe Williams. I guess I'll just stop at that. There's like 50 more I could sit here and name, but I won't.
Listen, Emily, always a pleasure to have you call in. Hope your Thanksgiving is good. We really appreciate you listening to the show, and and always love hearing from you. Look, put all those names up on our Twitter, and people, if you're listening, check them out. Check out their clips online, and we'll pull this community together. Okay.
They are all so much funnier than me. You cannot stand it.
Right on.
They're amazing.
All right, Emily. We love you.
I love you guys.
Yes.
Right.
Happy Thanksgiving.
There you go. Roll her out.
Emily Hope Allen, our Michigan comedy correspondent, checking in.
All right, we got. Is he on the line actually, Nolan? Is a Hound Dog on the line?
He's called a couple of times. I told him we're going to call him right back.
All right,
now,
cool.
right
All right, Hound Dog. Who is Hound Dog? Is that Chicken
He
Wing?
lost. He lost the Nicole Lauren.
Oh, perfect. All right, let's talk
if Brad calls in,
Yeah, Brad's going to call in a couple minutes,
all right, yeah,
so look out for that
All right,
one.
yeah. So if Brad calls in, we'll drop Brad. Well, let's go ahead and get Hound Dog on the air. I guess a Hound Dog was in the competition. Hound Dog, are you there?
How we doing?
Pretty good. Listen, if you're listening to us on your computer, turn it down so we can't hear the feedback. There we go.
Yeah, I just muted it.
Perfect. All right. Listen, Hound Dog, you welcome to Double Special, first of all. My name's Chris.
Nice to meet you, Chris. I enjoy your show.
Thank you, sir. You've listened before?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Now, you were in the competition with the 7-year-old.
Man,
yeah.
There wasn't no competition with that 7-year-old. She was a ninja, man.
She was a ninja.
Won fair and square.
She won fair and square. So you're not saying that there was some sort of fix or that the parents did. That you say she went in there and bam.
Yeah, I'm actually been talking to the parents. I'm gonna need a job bodyguarding her when she gets famous. So.
Oh, listen, I told him to put her on America's Got Talent because I think she could kill on that show, dude. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. I'm not even being sarcastic. I'm serious.
She was a mic assassin. She was like the Karate Kid or the Golden Child, man. Now, I know. I went right up after her. I was like immediately after her.
Oh, no.
Yeah, everybody, when I started, was looking like, oh, my God, she's still in the room.
Yeah, right.
So,
yeah.
But I would have voted for her.
You would have. And so the other comics, were they good? So you say hands down she won, no contest.
I'd say she won, man.
Yeah.
She's cute. She's adorable. I have a daughter her age, and that little girl, she's got stage presence. So.
Yes.
So why did you even try? Like, why didn't you just go after her and just like slowly eat a single chicken wing and then walk off stage? I
was waiting. I was like, I've never been spanked that hard by a child.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Back that up.
Hound
Dog, butt, man.
Hound Dog's like, sounds like one of those guys like, you know what? I got this. It's okay. She's 7. I got this. I'm gonna show somebody. I got this right now. And he gets
I think I could take her in a fight, though.
Yeah, no, well, of course. She's 7, dude.
So she learns karate from Tiffany.
Yeah, not by the time I get done with her. No.
See there? See, I'm a combat Hapkido instructor, so we're even matched.
Ooh.
No, now, did you place in the contest? I know there was first, second, third. Did you place in there?
I placed, like, off the chart. I wasn't even, it was non-existent. Like I said, I went up right after her, and my jokes are not clean at all.
No.
So there was a lot of women in the audience, and... they obviously, I as a parent, I would have been like, oh, my God, too. But they didn't realize she had left.
Well, let me ask you this real quick, because we got another caller calling in from Australia, but I just wanted to ask you, as a parent, as a comic, how do you feel about the other comics in Tampa Bay comedy scene, the forum there, kind of attacking your parents without really knowing them? Because I talked to the parents. They seem like pretty cool people.
They are pretty cool people, and I don't think it's right. The little girl has talent. She walked in there to win, and she won, so fair and square. So lick your wounds and go back up there and try again.
Yeah. Do you think it was inappropriate for her to be in this contest?
No, because like I said, they took her out just as soon as her set was over. They put a clean comic before her, and they took her out as soon as the adult stuff started. So I think it was fair. I knew she was going to win.
Well, listen, I think that you should collaborate with Funny Boo Boo and maybe get a clean set, tone your stuff down a little bit. Maybe you can be like her. Dude, I see like a 7-year-old bodyguard comedy duo. What do you think of that, JB?
Oh,
Yeah, like the Secret Service guy comedy.
It'd be like Turner and Hooch Part 2.
Right, Turner, exactly. How's that sound?
Now I'm Kevin Costner, right?
Listen, there are worse places to people to be.
You're more of a Kevin James.
I'm more like Rick James.
There you go. All right, well, listen, always a pleasure talking to people on the air, and thank you so much for listening to our show, dude, all right?
No problem. Great show. Take it easy, guys.
Thank you. There you go.
Hound Dog, ladies and gentlemen.
Hound Dog. Hound Dog.
Hound Dog.
All right, we're waiting to hear to call from Brad now. Do you have Brad's? Did you send him the link for the song? Did we get that to Nolan?
Look, he has it.
He has it.
What is it called?
It's the Cockeyed Kid.
Cockeyed Kid, which he can't find. He can't find that. Is it on his Twitter? It's on his Twitter,
It should
right?
be on the top of that Just Saying app. Do you need me to walk over there?
I got Mr. Potato's Head, Brad's Budget Fish, pork inside a freezer.
While they're looking for that, you're listening to Double Special right here on ComedySlamRadio.com. The phone number is 727-493-2055. We had a great show so far. We got another half an hour, 40 minutes here in the studio. Pre-Thanksgiving, while they look up our Australian comedy correspondent's song that it's not even a song, it's actually a bit If you've been listening to the show, we had Nicole Lauren on the air, a winner of the comedy contest here Nolan Ray put on, and I got a chance to talk to her father. And totally, I don't know if the people are listening on Tampa Bay Comedy, just relax, guys, have fun. I don't know. I seem to get in issues with some of the people out in town, and they think that I'm this, that, and the other person. Unless you actually know, then you know what? Don't judge. JT, if you're out there, sorry we couldn't get you on the air. We got a lot of phone calls, and you know what? You said plenty on Facebook this weekend before you knew anything. About anything, but we love you, JT. Unfortunately, you're not very popular in Australia. I'll say that. People in Australia not big JT Byrne fans.
England, or in UK.
Or in the UK. So it's Australia and the UK.
Yeah, or in the studio here.
Or in the studio. No,
Petra, one of our listeners in the UK don't like him.
Don't like him. Did you find the song?
No.
Why did Crystal find it immediately? If Crystal, if you're listening, just send Jordan an email at Gmail and see. Pull out your Gmail and see if you can find the bit. We want to play it so we can take a break, and I'm going to stretch my legs. If you want to check us out on the web, you can do that. We are Double Special at Twitter. We also got a website, doublespecialshow.com. You can listen to the show live on ComedySlamRadio.com. It's a great way to get in touch with us. We do have swag out there if you want to get T-shirts, if you want to get iPod covers, if you want to get the flask. If you're Australians are big drinkers, if you want to get a flask, you can do that. On our website. It's a cafe press. You can order stuff. Tiffany, you wore a shirt last week. Now, did you wash it yet?
Well,
did it fall apart? Did it fall apart?
No, it was good.
Good quality there at Cafe Press. Tiffany has washed a shirt once, and it is still together.
Yay.
Yeah. Now we're gonna be. I was told we're gonna be closed on the Christmas week, so we won't do a show that week. I hope you guys are good to do that on your own without us. We'll miss you guys. What else? You guys still looking for? You can't even find it. How can you not find it on
And
the
I
street?
don't know how to work his computer. It's like really
What do you mean?
hard.
Work his computer? It's like every other computer.
It should be down just.
No,
a
you
little
scroll
bit.
down. Crystal,
I don't know how
see,
to.
Crystal,
I tried to
guessing,
push it. Yeah.
That's not it. Okay, well, maybe Crystal will do it, and if he calls, whatever, we'll get it. Maybe he can play it. I don't know. Play it on his
down
phone.
there.
It should be down there.
He just posted about it the other day. Yeah.
Marty, if you're out there, looking forward to having you here on New Year's. And what are you doing, Tiffany, for Thanksgiving? Let him worry about that.
Okay.
Wait, is Marty on the phone? I heard the theme. Oh, okay.
I hope.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving, Tiffany? You won't go with your social anxiety mother.
I have a couple options. I think we're supposed to go to like a whole family thing.
Your family?
Like, yeah, every year we do like a big like 20 people thing. But
Do you
I
cook
think my mom.
at these things? No. So you looked at me like you don't cook
now
at all.
listen.
Okay.
I can cook. I mean, if it has directions, I can do like a chemistry set. I can cook. I can do whatever. I can do. Give me. I can measure things, but don't tell my family.
All right. You can. Is he on the line? Brad? Okay. Is it Brad? He doesn't know. All right, caller, welcome to Double Special. You're on the air. Who are you speaking with?
That's Brad.
It is Brad.
Yay.
There we go.
How many Australians do we have calling in?
Well, I didn't hear his voice until he said Brad.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brad McLean, our Down Under comedy correspondent, calling in.
How you doing, buddy?
Hi, guys.
How are you doing?
Yeah, really good. And yourselves?
Good. Now, we have you on there. After we get off the phone with you, we're going to play this cockeyed kid thing that you did. Was it cockeyed boy?
Cockeyed kid.
Cockeyed kid?
Yep.
You are familiar with this piece of work, right?
Yeah, I actually wrote just life experiences, that sort of thing.
Listen, we listened to it the other night during our meeting. We have a meeting once a week. My wife and Tiffany in the room, Jordan and I. And listen, we're all hard sells when it comes to comedy. Or I'm not even gonna like pretend that we're not very pretentious when it comes to listening to other people's comedy.
Seriously, none of us even like that 7-year-old girl for real. But wait, what?
No. No, but we listened to the cockeyed kid, and Jordan and I we especially like the now they call me a winker.
Hey, don't give it away. No spoilers.
It's fine. Wait, listen
to it later. We're gonna be playing it a little bit. It's wonderful.
What I'm getting at is that the girls, I don't know if if it was the actual bit or your accent, but listen, they were peeing their pants laughing. It was like yeah, go ahead.
It's definitely not the accent because I've done that over here and had people fall asleep in the audience.
No, but they're used to your accent. The girls over here, they get giddy. My wife was acting so silly and stupid when it was playing, and we're looking at her like, "What?" Okay, it's humorous and it's funny, but it was like the best comedy bit they had ever heard in their life. It was like Eddie Murphy raw, Bill Cosby himself, and Dane Cook all wrapped into one bit.
you've built it up that much now that no one's going to even laugh at it.
No, listen, it's very funny. It's very witty. And your accent, I like your accent, but sometimes I have trouble figuring. Like a couple times, I was like, "What did you say?" I have no idea what you said. But the girls are like, "Ha ha!" I don't even think they knew what you said.
No, we
It
do.
was just that you had an accent, and you could be doing gibberish in an Australian accent. The girls are like, "Oh my god, he's wonderful!" You know.
Oh my god.
That's usually what I do. I just gibber the whole lot. I done that bit one day, and I had a absolute true story. I had a lady come up to me after the show, and she said, "I can't believe you wrote about that." And I said, "Yeah, I've done research medically on it." And she pointed at her little son right at his eye. Like the finger was like quarter inch from his eye, and she said he's had it done to him.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah, absolutely. I said, I don't know what to do. Do you want a free CD or something like that?
He's like, should I donate to the foundation, the Foreskin Lid Foundation? I have no idea. We had a moment like that. Yeah, go ahead.
You go.
We had a moment like that with the Hooligans where we used to do a game. It was an improv game. And for a couple of years, we did the Renaissance Festival. We're not Renaissance performers. We really don't like the Renaissance Fair. We think it's kind of lame. But they pay really well. So we were like, okay, we'll do it. We were like the anti-Renaissance troupe is what we were. But we were doing short improvisational games. I don't know if you've ever seen, you're familiar with the show Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yep.
Right, the old British show. You know where they have a performer standing in front and then the other performer comes behind and puts his arms through the guy's armpits and acts as the guy's arm. Have you ever seen that game?
Yeah, Drew Carey does it.
Right, yeah, Drew Carey does the show, but in the show they do this game where a performer will stand up in front of the audience, and then another performer stands behind them, and the first performer, the first performer, right,
they like feed in.
Right, the first performer puts his arms back, and the other performer slides the arms through the little holes there and does the movements for the first performer, right? You know, tries to justify the movements. So
my God, so boring.
I know. No, listen. So we do the game, and we use an audience member. The guy we pick out first, we said, "Yeah, would you like to do the game?" He's like, "Well, I don't know." We're like, "No, come on." We get the audience to chant. He gets up. The guy's got one arm.
No.
I kid you not. We all look at each other like, oh my God. He literally had a little nub, he had a little T-Rex arm, one arm. This guy didn't miss a beat, got up, did the game. I don't know how it went. Did it go well? I don't remember.
I thought it went well. Yeah, I remember. We were all just sitting there going, oh my God.
That would be horrible.
And no, that wasn't the end of it though. Because then it happened again, like the next day.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, I remember that happened. It was like 3 times.
Yeah, how many nubby people are at Renaissance fairs? I don't even know if you. So
they all lost them in joust recreations or something. I
don't know. They've actually lived it.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: you're from Australia. We got a lot of people that are interested in the country of Australia, but I'm wondering. I know that Jay Leno does a bit here in the States where he asks Americans questions about history and government. And they're not most Americans don't really know too much about their own country. Would you agree?
Yep.
No discussion there. All right. So I was curious. I was curious how much Australians know about their own country. So I pulled up some fun facts about Australia, and some of them are fun. Some of them are interestingly weird facts. So I'm going to ask you a couple things, and you tell me. Let's see how much you know about your country and its surrounding area. All right? You ready?
Oh, yeah, this will be easy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, famous last words. All right. So, what do Australians what are Australians from Queensland? What are they called?
Queenslanders?
Yep. No, that's not it. No, there's another name.
Yeah, that's where I live.
Oh, okay. What are you called? What do other people call you from other parts of Australia?
Idiots.
Oh, it says here, according to the internet, you're called banana. You're called banana benders.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was years ago. That's changed now.
Oh, now it's idiot.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, if you ask any other state, that'd be it.
Why do they call you banana benders? Why is that? Like, obviously, that's old, like lore, Australian lore.
Yeah, it's a pornographic answer, and I'm not willing to cross that line.
Perfect. Well, I respect you for that, sir. How about people from Western Australia? What are they called?
Far away.
Oh, this is going much better than I thought it would. No,
Was he
keeping
right?
it. No, he's way off. No, but
According to the information Chris got off the internet
I
just
know.
2 hours ago.
I know, just 2 hours. Well, I thought it would be fun. I didn't know they were going to go with stuff from 1920. What the hell, man? So, keeping in mind, banana benders was the first answer. Try to put yourself in the same sort of time frame with people from Western Australia. What would they be called back in the 20s?
I honestly wouldn't have a clue. I've never been there.
Sand
That's
gropers.
like it's almost Florida. That's how far away it is.
Oh, is it really? They're called
Yeah.
they're called sand gropers. That's what it says. Does that ring a bell?
That was my next answer.
Is that also an Australian pornographic term?
Yeah.
Sand groper.
Is it?
Yeah, that's right.
You guys are filthy over there. It's unbelievable. All right, last one on the what are people called? How about people from New South Wales? What are they called?
Cockroaches.
Oh, you got that one right. All right, you got that one right.
One
wow.
point,
I
one
guess that
point.
never changed for the people from South Wales.
That's horrible. Why?
I'm just warmed up now. Give me more.
Why are they called cockroaches? Why you guys really hate them, huh?
Again, the first part of that's pornographic, and I don't want to get into it.
Perfect. All right.
It really is a lot
Filthy
of porn.
drunk
It
people in
is.
Australia. I got to go to Australia.
I know. Do you,
All right.
I bet. What do they call the sex demons over there? Like, ma'am?
All right, so Melbourne is famous for having the second largest population of these type of people in the world. What do you think it is?
Football fans.
No, we're thinking ethnicity.
Asian.
Greek. It's actually Greek.
Greek Asian. They married the Greek.
Yeah, it's all a mishmash of people over there. Would you care to take a guess at how much the roof of the Sydney Opera House weighs?
No.
A box of prawn weighs 5 kilos, so it'd have to be above 5 kilos.
God, I hate the metrics. I don't even know what that means, dude. It's 161.
Yeah, it would mean it's very, very close to the accurate answer.
161,000 tons.
Huh.
Perfect.
I want to know what pornographic act a 5 kilogram box of prawns means. I don't. Imagine it's some kind of like backstroke or something in a basket.
10 pound of shrimp.
Now,
No, I thought it was like a porno act.
did you guys know that prawns are shrimp?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
Oh my gosh! When I was in England, I wanted some kind of shrimp kebab
Some
thing.
kind of shrimp.
And I went back and forth for like 5 minutes. We had to end up drawing what we were talking about because I'm like, I want shrimp. So I drew a shrimp and they drew a prawn. And I was like, oh, a prawn is a shrimp. I didn't know.
Oh my God. That was
What about last week when Marty was talking about the fishmonger? I was cracking up laughing at that.
Listen, that's what I was saying the other night at the meeting. I'm like, listen, Brad has a great accent. He's very funny. But let's face it, he's selling fish door to door. And it's not like it's mahi-mahi. You got little teeny dinky little sardine fish from God knows where.
No,
You're
Brad,
getting
I want to interrupt you.
All
The
right.
reason Chris is attacking you, because we observed this last night. We were having the meeting, and his wife was tweeting with you back and forth about snakes, and was very into it. And at one point, I looked over at Chris watching his wife tweet with you, man, and there was murder in his eyes, dude. I'm just saying, like, think twice before you come over here, because right now, that's why he's like, I will test this Australian man and see how much knowledge he has, and I will impress my wife tonight.
And Crystal's like, he just sent me a picture of his snake. And Chris is like, what?
Yeah, it was awkward.
We're just opening the world up with Twitter. I like you guys. That's why I want to talk to you and show you my snake.
Listen, yeah.
But seriously, if you want to get in good with Chris's wife, start talking to her about tech, and man, you'll be in there.
But listen, this only proves my point. My wife, all right, hates snakes. I've said the word snake and she's freaked out. And I look over and you guys are having a Twitter conversation and there's a picture of you with a huge snake. And she's like, oh, it's so cute. He's Australian.
That snake was in my hen house last week.
Oh, my God, dude.
Wow.
Listen,
It was big.
Listen, I got fun facts about Australia here, and they have, where is this right here? Where the hell? Oh, here we go. Australia has over 6,000 species of what, do you think? What do you think they have? 6,000 different species of the same insect.
Well, that's giving it away.
Spiders?
Flies. You guys have over 6,000 different types of flies. 4,000 species of ants and about 350 species of termites. Unbelievable amount of insects in Australia.
Yeah,
Already,
I know.
I'm like,
how could you fit that many bugs in a giant continent like Australia? That's amazing. Such a huge landmass.
Do you want to know what happened, which was for real?
Sure.
I got bitten on the testicle by a termite.
By a termite?
What?
Which?
And I was
Was it the left or right? Because that makes a difference.
I was in getting an X-ray on a bone in my hand, and I was standing at the reception of a X-ray place, and it was like 240 volts of electricity went through my pants, and I went into the bathroom. I've just had to keep my calm and say, "Which way to the bathroom, please? Nothing's happening." And I went in and I just stripped off in there, and in my underpants was one single termite.
And this was in a hospital. This wasn't like you were out in the woods or you were camping or you happened to stop off on a road trip. You're in a hospital.
What? Yeah, they get around. How many did you say there was? There's bound to be one in your pants.
Well, that was my question.
Isn't that like national health care, though? Like, didn't Obama promise us all, like, testicle-eating termites if we passed the Obamacare?
I think it must have come out of my garden. I was in the garden a bit earlier mucking around with some wood and all that.
I don't like this guy. You sell fish. You got a great accent. You work in the garden. There's no competition over here in America for a guy like that. It just doesn't. It's not. It doesn't exist.
Do you know I do sell mahi?
Do you really?
In your face, Chris.
You suck, Brad. I hate you, Brad.
And the fishmonger's nothing to frown on. I mean, it wasn't suggested in careers day at school by anyone, but my mum's proud. My brother's a doctor and my sister's a lawyer, and I'm a fishmonger, so she's got all the bases covered there.
Yeah, it just gets worse and worse for me. I got nothing. I got nothing. All right, let's get back to the trivia because I don't want to talk about this. It's depressing me. All right, it's going to ruin my Thanksgiving. I got nothing to be thankful for. I got no fishmongering, no family members that are doctors. This all sucks.
You don't have a snake in your hen house?
Yeah.
Can you explain to the Australian listeners what Thanksgiving's all about?
Oh, yes.
All right, well, let's have, you know what? Let's have our religious correspondent here explain. Tiffany, tell the Australian what is American Thanksgiving?
I don't think it's a religious thing, but
kind of. But
kind
go ahead.
of. I mean, it is Thanksgiving. But anyway, so the Pilgrims came over.
From where?
From where?
They came over on a Mayflower.
From
Plymouth. No, to Plymouth. I don't know. Something about Plymouth Rock.
What country did they come from, the Pilgrims?
England.
Okay, there you go. All right.
Okay, to Plymouth Rock. And then there were Indians. And the Pilgrims were like, hey, Indians.
All right, now remember, we discussed this before the show. It's Native Americans now.
Native Americans, come eat with us. So that's what it's based on. So every year on the third Thursday of the month, we celebrate Thanksgiving, and we eat turkey and stuffing and green bean casserole and sweet potato casserole, and we eat. So it's all you know what it is. It's just like Christmas, except for without the presents.
No, that's not like Christmas at all. There's no Santa Claus. It's
but
not winter.
No.
What
I said it's just
about?
like Christmas, except without the whole present thing.
Yeah, but we don't get to burn a Yule log and summon the sex demons.
I'm just saying, it's a family meal that you have to sit through and torture through for 3 hours.
So let me get this straight. So we got turned into a convict settlement, and you guys got a picnic.
That's really it is.
Right.
And then the people that we had the picnic with, we gave them crappy, disease-ridden blankets and killed all their buffalo, and now it's our place.
You guys are lucky though, because we have to do Thanksgiving with our family, and then 3 weeks later we have to go back and see the same people again.
No,
you guys get a break from Easter all the way until Christmas.
You have no other holidays in Australia. Is that correct?
I went to research it a bit. I looked it up on the internet, and I got to the bit where one turkey gets spared every year and released into a paddock, and I crack up laughing and just thought, that's enough. That's all I need to know.
Listen, Brad, I'm not going to deny it. This is a silly, silly country over here. It's silly.
It is.
It's your own country.
Yeah, I know, dude. Listen, I'm ashamed. Like I said before, even in the state I live in, I don't want to admit that I'm from here. There's crazy people around here. We got some nice stuff, but there's a lot of crazy people running around. You seem very cool in Australia. I know that you guys are famous for your beer drinking.
Yeah, that's right. Shoot me another couple of questions. Let's see how onto it I am.
All right, okay. I got one here because this came up actually multiple times within the stuff that I got with the fun facts. Where is it here? It's actually about one of your ex-prime ministers. Can you tell me what that fun fact might be from one of your ex-prime ministers?
Yeah, just guess a fun fact.
No, he's pretty famous for it, actually.
Yeah. Bob Hawke got hit in the head with a cricket ball and broke his glasses.
What?
Is that it?
No, it's partly right. That is the guy, but what is he actually famous for?
I thought it was a cricket ball.
No.
I thought he could drink like 7 yards of beer.
That's right. It was actually drinking beer. Hold on.
Don't worry. I don't know any of this either, Brad.
No, I got it right here. Hold on. I got to find it.
I was right.
Oh, here we go. It's Bob Hawke, a Prime Minister of Australia, became inserted into the Guinness Book of Records by drinking 2.5 pints of beer in just 11 seconds in 1954.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, what you could just help me out with a few of these. If I'm getting them all wrong, just say that I've got a couple right. They don't need to know.
All right, okay.
Can we just pretend?
No, here's a big one. You guys have an airline. What is the name of your famous airline there in Australia?
Really?
Yes.
Qantas.
Okay, that's an
Yay.
acronym. No, he got that right, but it's an acronym. What does it stand for?
Uh-oh.
Mayflower voyage to Plymouth.
All right, the word starts with Q, Brad. So Mayflower, that's not going to work. It is an acronym. The first word has to start with a Q. So what? Qantas. Q-A-N-T-A-S. What is that an acronym for?
Uh-oh.
We don't learn acronyms over here. Actually, that's the first time
I bet I can puzzle it out. Let's start off with Queensland. For
Okay,
Q.
very good, Queensland.
And then Tasmania.
No,
Queensland.
there's
Oh,
a
yeah,
U.
Queensland Airways.
Well, okay, but Queensland Airline would be QA. That wouldn't be Qantas.
Is there any-
Wait.
Hold
Okay, Queensland United Air
There's no-
National Trans Air.
Wait, how do you spell Qantas, Brad? Help us out there.
I have it right here. I just spelled it.
What? How?
Q-A-N-T-A-S.
Oh.
Queensland, Adelaide.
No, Queensland Air.
All right. Well, I don't expect you guys to get it.
Queens and
Let's
Trollops.
go back to the past.
Oh.
I think Marty's on the phone,
Hold
too.
on, I'll get it. What were you going to say,
I'm
Brad?
totally on the phone.
Are you?
Yes,
Marty?
I'm listening to this. This was horrible listening to Tiffany describe Thanksgiving.
Why?
Oh my! You were just talking about like, they say Americans don't know anything about our culture or anything, and then it's like, well, some pilgrims came
That's true.
on a boat
From Plymouth.
from Plymouth to England, and there were Indians from India, and then we invited them to have dinner with us. No, we were starving. They were starving, and the Indians are like, "Hey, we'll help you out. Here's some food. We'll
Yeah. It was
and
very,
to
yeah.
thank them."
Marty,
Then we gave them
we
blankets
discussed
with
this before the
pawpaw.
show. Marty, it's not Indians, it's Native American,
Yeah,
and it's not starving. It's nutritionally challenged. Okay.
Yeah, you get it right. All right, so let me.
Does Marty want to buy some? Does Marty want some fish before the ice melts?
Only if it, hey, listen, only it's the mahi. All right, so let me fill you in, Brad, since you don't know, Mr. Australian guy. Qantas stands for Queensland and Northern Territory Air Service. That's actually the acronym.
Well, that's a hard one.
Well, it's his country. I don't know it.
Oh, I don't know what my airline acronyms stand for.
You don't?
I don't know. Name some airline
I'll tell you
acronyms.
what.
Yes.
Trans World
I done
Airlines.
great.
Hold on. Go ahead, Brad.
I done year 5 at school 4 times, and that never come up once.
All right, how about this one? Here's a bit. Australians celebrate Australia Day on what day? What day is Australia Day?
The 26th of January.
Perfect. Very good. And what is that? What does that celebrate?
Yeah.
I'll be doing a show in Tamworth, so I think it's got something to do with that.
That's a damn good answer. You're a pretty good marketer. Australia Day is the day in 1777 that Britain sent over the convicts to start a penal colony.
Yep.
A penal colony?
Yeah, penal colony.
What does that
Now,
mean?
wait a second. Hold on. Tiffany does not know what a penal colony is. You tell me, Tiffany. What do you think a penal colony is? This might be an epiphany moment right here for Tiffany.
It's going to be. When I think penal, I think of a penis, and that can't be right at all.
Australia, the largest sausage fest in the world.
Oh my God! I'm so glad
It was the first male-only nudist camp in Australia.
right. They just smacked each other with their wangs. Oh my God! And I found this interesting. One fact about Australia that I did not know is that for 64 years, starting in 1838, something was banned. It was illegal to do during the day. What do you think that was, Brad?
Tap dance.
Australians hate the tap dancing. No, it was illegal to swim at a beach in the daylight, in daytime.
No one wants to see you get eaten by sharks.
No, but you think that, that brings me...
No, sharks come out at night.
Is that, you think that was? Why would that be a law? Do you have any idea about that, Brad?
I think it had something to do with the penal code. They just didn't want nudists in the water.
What is penal, though? I need to know now.
It's a prison. It's a... Yeah.
Oh, it's a prison.
It's a prison, okay.
That
She's
is
like,
the Tiffany epiphany. Oh.
Some people, it takes some people their whole lifetimes to have a revelation. Tiffany has one every 8 minutes.
Oh, God. Next week, we're going to have to ask her what she thinks a penile implant is.
All right, here's a couple of language things that people know and don't know. Some of these kind of threw me off. What do you guys call, obviously this one's pretty famous because of the Crocodile Dundee and some of the commercials. What is a barbecue grill in Australia? What's it called? Marty, you want to throw in?
Barbie.
Barbie, very good. All right, how about this one?
Tiffany Barbee.
Yep.
Yay!
Tiffany's a very pretty barbecue grill.
That's a very expensive one.
All right, and what do they call clothes in Australia, Brad?
Clothes.
Yeah. Here it says they call them. What's that?
What do you call them?
Well, not what I call them. What this website does. Fun facts about Australia. It says clobbers. Is that true? You ever heard that?
Yeah, that would have been around 75. They would have stopped calling them that.
Damn, these websites suck, man. I need a newer website.
Chris found a website that traveled through time.
In America, everyone refers to people as jive turkeys. Honestly, I'm not that old.
No, I know. I don't understand. Listen, the website is, it says www.2020site.org. Fun fact, it's about Australia. It lists all the countries. Apparently, they haven't updated this site in 2 decades. What the hell? If something is terrific in Australia, what is it called if it's terrific?
That just means it's pretty good.
It's only funny because you have an accent. Apparently, it's Ripper. That's what. Is that an old thing?
Yeah, they still do it with mostly with paper.
Oh, okay.
Next time, put 2012 after.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know. Listen, I didn't know these were dated. For God's sakes, I figure. How about cotton candy? What do you call cotton candy in Australia?
Fairy floss.
Okay, that's right. See that? Is that very good and very homophobic? But anyway, so it's like it's pink, and we're gonna call it fairy floss. No, is that like a contemporary language thing? Does it still say that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Okay, so they're mixing things for like 1914.
Candy doesn't
probably
change.
about as contemporary as cotton candy is for us. It's like, yeah, we still use it. Yeah, cars are still called cars.
Okay,
They're not the
whatever.
automobile.
No, but dude, some people call them, like some people call a nice Mercedes a sled. That's a slang here in the country for, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, they do, dude. Seriously, watch a video on BET every now and again, would you? All right, so males are called blokes. I've heard that, and females are called Marty. What do you think the females are called in Australia?
Sheila's.
Oh, wow, very good. Was that Marty or was that Brad?
That was me.
Oh.
That was Marty. I was going to That was the one with. Did it have a sexy accent at all? No.
No.
I don't know.
It had an easily horrible accent, and everyone's vagina just dried up.
All right, the last.
When Marty spoke, I thought it was my dad.
I know he has that effect on a lot of people. All right, I don't have this. I don't even want to go on because these facts are like ancient, dude. I have no idea. Well, I don't know. I just pulled them up
We've
randomly.
managed to offend the entire nation of Australia now.
We love Australia.
Like, honestly.
Okay.
Don't you all call your women Sheilas there in Australia? Oh, I want to come someday. I want to watch one of your He-Man kill a crocodile in front of me. I know you all do that. Australia, you're such a silly little nation.
All right.
Oh, my God. Well, you have the internet. You could watch their damn TV and keep up with it if you wanted to.
Brad, we're gonna.
Sheila ended with equal rights, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There, well, you know what would be interesting if he pulled up fun facts about America. If they would be like cool and groovy and hip. I don't know. Maybe it would be.
I say cool.
Outdated. Well, but maybe it would be outdated. Is what I'm saying. Maybe his internet search would pull up like these 1960s James Dean crap that were. I don't know. I had no idea this was ancient stuff. I had no idea, dude. How would I know?
Hey, Brad, do you think maybe next week you could pull up some facts about America and quiz Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna. That is exactly what I'm gonna do.
Dude, do it.
I'm down with it. In no way was this an attack on your Australianness. I want to let you know.
Who answers first?
He didn't
even like raise their hand.
All right, that's good.
All right, Brad, when we leave tonight, we're going to go ahead and play Cockeyed Kid, and we're going to put the link up on our site. It's a very funny bit. I like it, and there's some really, really smart lines in there. It's good stuff.
Is there any acronyms in it?
No, I don't think so. I don't. And how would I know? I'm working on antiquated search engines, apparently.
Well, all right, guys, well, it was great talking to you today.
Yeah.
Hey, good talking to you today, tomorrow, whatever day it is there.
Yeah, no, well, tomorrow is not a holiday, but have some turkey tomorrow for us. Put the fish down and just have a bite of turkey.
Yeah, absolutely. To everyone celebrating Thanksgiving, have a great day.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Go ahead and roll them out. That's
Bye,
Brad right
Brad.
there.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brad McLean, our Australian comedy correspondent. Remember, it's only a few months till Australia Day.
Yay!
They celebrate Sheila's.
Sheila's who will knife you in the yard.
We got one more caller in here. We gotta get to.
All right, we'll keep Marty on the line, and we'll go ahead and go to Jack. Is it Jack Matheson?
Matheson.
Is this somebody that you know?
No, I know a Jack Matheson.
All right, well, let's go ahead and put him on the line. Caller, you're on the air. Welcome to Double Special. Are you there? Oh, for God's sakes.
Well,
Marty, how are you doing, baby?
Yeah.
I'm doing good. Honestly, the
Yeah?
7-year-old.
Oh, you got an opinion on this?
For a 7-year-old, but if she's going to go on America's Got Talent, she's got to get better writers.
Dude, she's done like 2 shows. I mean, you know, obviously if you
No, and like I said, for a 7-year-old, she's got great stage presence.
Right.
And like she's got potential. She really, really does. She's funnier than I was at 7. Let me tell you that. However, like I said, the material that she's doing right now, I was listening to it and just not impressed. Impressed for a 7-year-old, but not impressed.
What do you
I thought it was hilarious.
I would love to see what you were doing when you were 7.
He's trying to knock down a 7-year-old.
I know, dude. You're worse than the Tampa Bay.
I'm not trying to knock down a 7-year-old. Like I said, she has got talent. She could do something, but she needs better writing.
Could do something.
I was laughing. I thought all the jokes I thought were really funny. I got one like a little bit after. It took me a couple seconds to process one, and I thought that was hilarious. I can't remember which one it was.
It took you a couple of seconds to process a 7-year-old joke.
What was it?
Wow.
I don't know. It was funny. But every joke I thought is funny.
Damn, Marty, I thought you as a parent would like appreciate the fact that the parents were helping her kind of follow something that she was. What if your son decided at some point when he was 7 that he wanted to do what daddy does? What would you say? No?
I've already let him up on stage with me.
When?
A month or so ago.
Why? Doing what? What was he doing?
You're a terrible parent.
You're an awful parent.
I had him acting as my manager.
What?
Yeah. I let him be my super hard, super strict manager.
So he like standing in the back in like a hip hop pose. What was that?
I would do a joke and then like I would ask him if it was funny, and he'd be like, "No," and the audience just loved it. Yeah.
Are you serious right now? You took your kid to the
he ran out of Totino's pizza boxes and he like, what can I do? I will get my child do jokes for me.
Actually, I was just going out there, and typically he just falls asleep. He'll fall asleep when I'm there, but he was wide awake, so I'm like, make the best.
So you're taking your child to the comedy club while you're doing your sets? I didn't know that, dude.
Right? Did people accuse you of being a bad
I've done it once.
Yeah, no, Tiffany's got a question. Anybody accuse you of being a bad parent? What time is this when you got your kid on stage in the nightclub?
At Shotzi's.
At Shotzi's.
About 9. It wasn't at Shotzi's.
Where was it?
It was a place called Velocity.
Velocity.
That doesn't sound any better.
That sounds even worse. Like you walk in, all you hear is, "What is love? Baby, don't hurt me."
That's a great song.
Oh my God, dude. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
And I know it.
Did we get that caller through, Nolan, or did it ever happen, or is he done?
I called him and asked him to call back, and
he said no way.
No way. He said, "Oh yeah, absolutely." And I guess he's just in the middle of taking a dump or something.
I was gonna say we're running out of time. I got a 5-minute thing I want to play for Brad. When we roll out of here.
Maybe he's getting a poop.
No, listen. Yeah, maybe getting a poop transplant. I'm telling you, Marty. Have you heard of the poop transplant?
That's horrible.
I had heard about it the other week when you mentioned it. However, today my son asked me a question having to do with poop.
Really?
We had to look it up on the internet. Yeah.
What was the question?
Daddy, why is poop brown?
Because of all the dead blood in your body.
Is he right?
Why is it brown?
Is
that's wrong.
Marty's like, yeah, it's funny, but not correct.
This is gross, but I kind of want to know.
Yeah, Tiffany wants to know. Inquiring
Give
minds.
me an epiphany.
Actually, it's brown because there's a bacteria in your lower intestine that helps digest food, and it's what turns it brown. It's got a name, which I've already forgotten. It's a pretty long name.
You already forgot. Now, when you told your son, was he affected by that, or he just go, oh, okay?
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't think he even listens. Or maybe he does. Maybe he'll pull it up and he'll know the term. Like
now,
sometimes, like I'll explain something to him, and I'll be like, he didn't get that at all. And then, like a few days later, he's like, oh, da 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 da. And I'm like, where did that come? Oh, yeah, I told you that. Okay.
Well, let me ask you a question because we're both parents. Is your son wiping his own butt at this point, or how is that going?
He's trying.
He's trying.
He's not good. Like I'm following up, but he's trying.
No, listen, my son refuses because he's afraid he's going to get poop on his hands, and I don't blame the guy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, dude, at some point you've got to take over this situation. I can't keep doing this.
Right away, the poop that's brown because of coloration from bile and bilirubin, which comes from dead red blood cells, suckers.
It's bilirubin first.
Bilirubin, whatever.
So it actually is blood, Jordan?
Yes, it is.
Oh, he pulled it up on.
No.
Yes.
He's looking at it right here.
We looked it up too. It's,
on what website were you on?
Was it the same?
Blood red.
I'm on Wikipedia.
Was it the same website that Chris looked up the Australian bags?
No kidding. Jesus, I'm kind of embarrassed.
It might not be current, Jordan. Right?
Maybe it's been updated.
Yeah, Brad only got 2 of those questions right because he was born, after 1940. For God's sakes,
Marty, did you go to ask me about poop and win an iPad.com? Because that might not have the best answers.
Oh my God, this has been.
They actually they're saying that you could tell other things about poop.
About the person from their poop?
Other things about poop by the color of it.
Really? Like what? What happens? Listen.
Like if it's green, then you have a stomach virus, like a stomach stomach that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow means that there's fat in it.
Huh.
That some reason you're not digesting fat, and red is very bad because that means somewhere there's bleeding in your.
Well, they're medically speaking, yes, red would be bad. Actual blood or black and tarry stools. Black and tarry stools means that you've had blood.
Red can come
or
from
it means you've had too much Pepto-Bismol.
Unless you're a baby, and then that is perfectly normal for the first one.
This is gross.
No, listen, I want to talk about the poop transplant. We've gone so far beyond
Talk about
that.
it at Thanksgiving
How do you know,
tomorrow.
Wait, I got a question though. Going back, how do you know if your poop's tarry? Do you have to spread it on the roof to make sure or something? I don't know how you know. I know it's black. I can understand
the appearance of tar. The appearance of tar. That black tarry. That's what. Listen, medically, that's the description. Black tarry stool.
Does it smell like a pine tree?
Type in black tarry stool into any search.
I'm not gonna look at it.
Well, you don't have to look at I didn't say images. Just
I know why poop can be tarry.
Why?
Because if you have Pepto-Bismol, it will make your poop tarry.
Oh, tardy or tarry?
Tarry.
Black and tarry.
Yes.
Okay.
And furthermore, should I be looking for my poop to be a tarry 2600 or 5200?
Marty, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving?
Oh, just a quiet dinner at home with the family, and then we're going to go over to a friend's house for dessert.
Oh, that'll be nice.
That will be
So yeah, just the 3 of us.
That sounds good.
Of course, my wife has already made 3 pies.
What type?
I don't know exactly how the 2 sweet potato and 1 French silk.
And one you like that the French silk is for Marty.
3 pies for
it
3
is
people.
Totally for me.
Yeah, no, Marty. I know Marty.
We're gonna give one of them away.
Oh, I was gonna say, sheesh. Do you guys eat a lot on Thanksgiving? I eat just a small plate of food. I don't go to town on it. I don't like to feel sick on holidays, and I feel like if I eat a big plate of food,
you
I'll
barely
feel
like
sick.
to touch anything. It doesn't surprise me that you're like,
Oh, I know, because I'm like, who made this? Were they
Dude,
sick?
listen to
Do
this,
they
Marty.
have
You
pets?
want to hear something funny, Marty? We're coming to the studio, and she's telling us about her germophobia thing and how when she bought her new Galaxy tablet or whatever the hell the Google thing that she has, that she wanted them to pull it from the bottom of the stack so that it wasn't touched prior to, and she wouldn't want to take the plastic. So we get to the studio, and the elevator opens, and the cleaning girl comes out, and it's literally loaded with bags and a tray. Like, you couldn't get in there. So we're like, well, yeah, we can't get in that thing, so we'll wait. But then we realize we can't take the other elevator until she unloads all the trash. So the girl goes, you know what? Just go ahead and take it and send it back down. We got in the elevator, and you would think that Tiffany was surrounded by tarantulas, snakes, and like demon rape things. Dude, she was leaned up against the front with the Purell in her hand, squeezing it out. I thought she was going to dump it on her head.
There was so much trash. There was like 20 bags of trash in this little elevator, and me and the guys, and oh my goodness. And then what did you guys do to me?
Yeah, then I touched her foot just briefly with my shoe, and she shrieked like, she probably like what Brad did when he got bit by the termite. Shrieked, with hey.
Yeah,
Too funny.
That was horrible.
Oh, that was hysterical.
Why would a termite bite you, by the way? What is going on with Brad's nether region?
He must have had some wood.
Wood?
No, said he was in the garden. But...
all the Australians in their penal colonies have wooden testicles. We didn't know before.
Yeah, not really helpful when you're like trying to mate, but great when you're in the ocean. Wood floats and it can help you. All right, listen, we're gonna let you go. We're gonna roll it on Brad's thing, and we're gonna end the show because I gotta get out of here, dude. I gotta go home. I gotta make a French meat pie tomorrow. I gotta do a meat pie. People are expecting meat pies.
That's why I don't cook. I don't want any expectations.
No, I'm good. I'll make the meat pie.
Responsibility.
Marty,
there aren't very many expectations of you, Barbie. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Can't wait to see you guys on New Year's.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be a good party.
Yes,
Tiffany's coming.
Awesome.
We're gonna get Jordan out for a couple hours. It'll be fun.
All right.
Can't wait to be in the studio on the show after the New Year's as well.
Yeah, no, if you're here, you can totally come in, dude. It'll be awesome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're rolling you out, Marty. Shut up. This has been our College Station, Texas comedy correspondent, Marty Hoffman. Now we're gonna play about a 5-minute bit from Brad McClain
after we say goodbye.
I'm done. I'm not done yet.
Okay,
I'm
go.
trying to give
we have to say Happy
Nolan,
Thanksgiving.
Oh, Nolan. Okay, all right.
Yeah, just let him know we're gonna be playing a little bit.
I'll stay the hell out of it.
Happy Thanksgiving and God bless us, everyone.
Good luck.
And dear sex demons, please come to my house.
Guys, we come to the end of another double special show. You can catch us next week on the same station, ComedySlamRadio.com. You can check us out on the web. Tiffany, tell them where they can get us on the web.
At Double Special on Twitter, Double Special Comedy on Facebook. You can find us at doublespecialshow.com, which has all of our links. And then on YouTube, Double Special Comedy. Look us up.
Special thanks to Nicole Lauren for calling in, her parents, her father for talking to us. We really appreciate it. Keep going, do your thing. Another thank you, shout out to Brad McClain who called in from Australia. Always a pleasure talking to you. Emily, we love you. Hope the family goes good. Jordan, anything else?
We got Dr. Zoom. Thank you very much for calling at the top of the show.
Yep,
Wonket.com.
Yeah, right on.
And Marty.
Yeah, Marty. Great show tonight.
Hound Dog.
Hound Dog. That's
and yes,
Hound
oh gosh,
Dog.
we talked to
And
so many
JT,
people.
thanks for not
trying
calling
to call.
in.
Well, he tried.
Thanks,
tried.
thanks whoever didn't let him call in.
All right, we're going to roll you out here with a little bit of Brad McClain's comedy. We love you guys. Keep hitting us up on Twitter. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for listening to Double Special right here on ComedySlamRadio.com. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody.
Oh, he
I
called.
was handed to me mother. Such a precious little thing. An unexpected living gift from a sneaky one-night fling. The perfect little baby. I'd like to say that I was one, but I'd come out premature. I was slightly underdone. See, I was born without an eyelid. Couldn't close me bloody eye. I cutely winked up at me mum, but it only made her cry. Well, the doctor told her he could fix it. An operation he'll perform. He'll take the skin from circumcision. Leave me blinking up a storm. Well, he did the operation. He turned me foreskin to a lid. And I got handed back to Mum, the perfect cock-eyed little kid. I laid back in her arms as she looked on feeling sick and shook her head and said, "My God, they've grafted that thing from the leftover skin they had." She wasn't real good at rhyming, Mum. Well, Mum was bloody shocked about what our local doctor did. Turned out I was the very first to get his breakthrough. Peen eyelid. She said, "My God, he's got no eyelash." The doctor told her it'll grow. Based on the average Aussie male, just give him 13 years or so. Well, the early years went quickly. Primary school was quite a breeze. Even though my eye looked crazy, kids there didn't seem to tease. Not so lucky though at high school. See, it was time for body change. I didn't need me extra foresight to tell me things were getting strange. They keep coming out, they do. I grew hair upon my eyelid. They were wiry, black with curls. And my left eye would close up tight every time I thought of girls. It was a cause of constant teasing. I'll tell you folks right here, you grow pubes upon your eyelid, teenage kids will call you queer. Well, I had to be removed. I looked part werewolf. They were thick. So I booked a waxing session. Brazilian ought to do the trick, with a request to leave a lash. Although curly it'll do, I'll just trim her back with scissors when the waxing lady's through. Well, geez, I screamed like bloody hell when she ripped away the hairs. Maybe you think you girls are crazy, the ones that get them ripped off theirs. I walked away all red and swollen with me strip of curly lash. Me poor old eye was sore and weeping. It had come up in a rash. I couldn't help but rub it. Strangely, it felt rather nice. It was a feeling laced with tingles and a little dash of spice. I felt great beyond belief. If this was sport, I'd won the cup. Made me think of rousing thoughts. My eyelids stiffened up. But geez, I found myself obsessed. I couldn't leave my eye alone. And I'd get so darn involved that I would sometimes loudly moan. I got in trouble by the teachers and was stirred up by my mates. They were calling me a winker. And it was causing mass debates. See, there was rumours going round about why I rubbed in such a fashion, why I got me monthly wax and why I trimmed me own eyelash and why I'd sneak off to the toilets at nearly every chance I'd get, coming out with one eye puffy and me body drenched in sweat. But no one ever really knew about my peen eyelid graft and op. And the school was losing patience, but I just couldn't seem to stop. They were going to expel me. It was my behaviour, I was told. Turns out I was just another pupil. It just couldn't be controlled. But after quick negotiation, it downgraded to suspension. A week at home where I relaxed, sat back and rubbed out extra tension. But I knew it was a problem, and I knew it must be stopped. It wasn't worth all the attention or the insults that I copped. It didn't happen overnight, but when it did, I felt relieved. And I was proud of what I'd done and what I'd managed to achieve. Now I no longer rub my eye. Every woman that I meet, my urge is safely zipped away somewhere a little more discreet. And I'm no longer called a winker. And folks don't tease me like they did. And I've since banned the operation. There's no more kids with peen eyelid. And now I do public speaking. Motivation. Staying strong. How to jump life's little hurdles. Overcome things when they're wrong. How do I know? Because I've done it. And it's quite easy if you try. Geez, look at her. She's hot. Oh, no. I just got something in my eye. Oh, thank you.